Hello, everybody. I guess a flurry of quick announcements before we begin. Um,
Slurry? A slurry.
yep, just blending up garlic and onions. Um, I got nothing. Sam, do you got anything? Do you want to tell
Nope,
people? Okay.
not at all.
Kate, you got anything you want to tell the wide world, the wide world
Uh,
web, world wide web?
I have an Etsy shop. It is etsy.com/shop/bad dice co where you can get some funky D&D stickers. And I believe I also have custom dice bags there, but mostly stickers. Or if you want even more stickers, you can check out my Redbubble shop. That is redbubble.com/shop/KR Theater. Go
Yay!
check them out.
Excellent. So, last we left off, you left the City of Embers riding in the back of Vonkar's wagon, wherever he was keeping that, and after some time on the road, encountered a dead Triceratops blocking the road. Vonkar got big. Well, you noticed at first
As you do.
it had been killed by some big predatory animal and was getting eaten by vultures, and Antyr decided to kill a vulture to scare the other vultures away. Anyways, Vonkar got big, as he does, pulled it off the road, snapped off a horn for Antyr's studying, and I believe Antyr collected some blood from the dead Triceratops.
And a horn.
Yeah, that's what I just said. The road continued onwards for a few more hours, with you all arriving at a large ravine labeled Godbringer's Ravine on your map, and decided to start crossing it. A familiar ravine to Torger and Doe. Torger leapt off the bridge after being egged on by Antyr, and in the process seemed to alert some large pterosaurs in the ravine known as Quetzalcoatlus that were hidden in the mists of said ravine. Big old birds with like 35 birds. Big old flying reptilians with 35-foot wingspans or so. The pair of them attacked, with Torger stunning one of them and sending it to its death, while Hopper killed the other. The rest of the ride across the bridge turned into talks about some definitely not scientifically accurate reproduction, with camp being labeled the Slop Slop Dance, with camp being set up on the opposite side of the ravine in the back of the wagon while Doe cast Tiny Hut. The following morning, you continued on your way and found an overgrown foot trail just off the road. The party decided to investigate while Leek stayed behind to keep an eye on Cornelius and the wagon, and wild shaped into a panda. And a sign was made on the side of the wagon saying, "1 gold piece to hug the panda," as you were on a slightly busy road. The foot trail weaved through the jungle and eventually came to a large black obelisk covered in deep gouges. Hopper found a phrase carved into the obelisk that said, "The master of this stone shall wield times passing at their bidding. Carve off a piece of stone and place it upon the altar within the Marrow Hall. There you shall be made worthy." Hopper learned to identify that carving the obelisk would summon something, so Grin immediately swung their sword at the obelisk, carving off a piece of stone and summoning the ghost of a boy in the process. Vonkar, knowing that ghosts can age people, mainly as the DM not wanting to kill a character from old age without the player present,
Appreciate it.
ran to hide behind a tree and began to throw coconuts from the tree at the ghost.
Incredible. Oh, I'm proficient in that.
Yeah, exactly. I also said, like, oh, it might make sense because Vonkar's kind of old and he's been around.
Mm-hmm.
He might know some things. Hopper was aged 20 years during the encounter, however, with the ghost getting stunned by Torger, because apparently ghosts can get stunned, and put down by Grin. The ghost's essence then floated into the stone that was carved, causing it to pulse with a dim blue light. The party returned to the wagon, with Hopper complaining about their sore knees on the way back, making lots of complaints about being old. Which Vonkar was just kind of like, what? You all arrived back at the wagon just in time to see Leek finish hugging a halfling family and present the group with a total of 310 silver pieces. Clearly having taken any form of money they could get and not following the 1 gold piece sign. Everyone clambered into the back of the wagon, with everyone getting 44 silver pieces, which I've added to some people's character sheets, I believe, with 2 silver left over to disperse amongst yourselves. 2 silver.
These are the most coins Grin has ever seen.
As you all continued onwards toward your destination, about 7.5 hours away, to enter the Marrowdeeps and possibly find someone to cure Hopper of their magical aging before it becomes permanent in 24 hours. So yeah.
Were we starting this travel the rest of the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just basically woke up and did the obelisk thing.
And then I wasn't sure if we had sped run it to the rest of the way or not. Okay.
No, it's starting with you guys getting into the wagon and just setting off.
All right. Looks like you did all right, Leek.
Yeah, I made 200 and whatever, 300 something.
Yep, that's 44 pieces for me. That is a lot.
What about the other? What about the
We're not
left?
gonna print this.
What about the lingering 2 silver? Who wants that?
Well, you
I'll
earned
take
it.
Okay, it's mine.
Ah, dang it.
Grin, can you carry your coins?
No, I don't have anywhere to put them.
Also, like, where
Would
does
you like
Grin
me to
carry
hold
the?
them on
Does Grin just
for you?
constantly hold the sword?
I'll carry them for you if you would like.
He has like a back holster for the sword,
Oh,
so he
okay.
can just like it's like right between his wings. So it's like this really weird thing. So if he like flies and spins, he could like
Get
swing
caught-
the sword.
Get caught in a door frame.
Yeah. What was that onto?
I can hold your coins if you would like.
All right. I'll keep a tally there
Yeah,
on this piece
you-
of paper.
Yeah, you let
I'll
me know how
notarize
many
it.
coins you have each time, and we'll do deposit and withdrawal slips and
Yep.
make
Yeah,
it all
if you
formal.
need something notarized, I am actually a notary public.
Is that something? Yes.
Yeah, I got a stamp. What, Antyr? You think I'm not professional?
Where's your?
You think-
Yes, your seal, your wax seal. Where is
Yeah,
it?
look, I've got a stamp.
What am I looking at?
He was looking at a stamp that says, "I got you." It's carved into a stamp.
It's just carved into the base of a wooden.
Oh, absolutely.
What else? There's not are rubber stamps widely obtainable in D&D.
Not rubber. Maybe.
Oh, it's
like
carved into wood, like so.
It's
press
the
everything.
peg. It's the
Proud.
peg leg of like an old tavern chair.
If you're building lore, I'm agreeing to it. I don't
Just
think
like-
you're gonna get arguments from me
No.
about building random lore.
Imagine you took it off the chair
Oh,
and said, "Yep."
great! I get to play another character who has a random peg leg. Very into it. Do you think you're getting an
Look,
argument?
I knew that's what you wanted, so I was helping you achieve your goal some way or the other.
Yeah, I found this peg leg from a halfling. I turns it into my stamp. It says "I got you." So, yep, boom. There you go. All you got to do is press it into some ink or
Like,
some
really
wax.
odd. Oh, I do have some ink. Do you? No,
Yeah,
I don't want to
you-
give you that. No, because you would get me, and then it would be stamped on me by someone. So no.
I'm not going to put it on you. Why would I waste it on your skin? I put it on the doc. You said notarize.
I'm surprised you know what that
All right,
means.
if you wants to do whatever you guys do.
oh,
We'll do it when we have to do it for Grin.
Vonkar, you are also missing a pot.
Oh.
You threw it at a Quetzalcoatlus.
Okay, fair.
Wait,
We realized that if Vonkar gets
Uh,
too big, the bridge might collapse.
we just need to get Vonkar like a box of random
junk.
accoutrement. Yeah. Just go raid someone's kitchen. Each home that we go to, we're raiding the kitchen so
It's
Vonkar has
like
kitchenware
that,
to throw.
like that
Wait.
scene in Shaun of the Dead where they're in the backyard throwing random shit at the zombies. Yeah.
But we all know that fellow people can be used as improvised weapons too.
That's only in Baldur's Gate 3.
What you? Oh, okay. No, I thought I was used as an, or like Old Dilly was used as an.
It's not
improvised
it's not
weapon
an
at one
actual
point.
it's not an actual rule. It's just a thing. We
Oh,
We'll
okay.
just we'll cart
I
around.
really like the idea
Well, but
of
hold-
Old Dilly.
But if you can pick something up and swing it,
I guess we'll have to find out when we get
and
there.
it falls under improvised, like anything that isn't an official weapon is an improvised weapon.
We'll have to figure out when we get there.
Just Vonkar picking up Antyr. Antyr, brace yourself.
Yeah, I guess we'll figure that out if we ever get to that point.
All right, sir.
Oh,
We got everybody.
If you
hooked
use a
up?
person
We
as an
need to get on
improvised
the-
weapon, they have to get a suggestion from the audience first.
I mean, if they're small enough, you can
bad
use them, I
man.
guess. Anyways, yeah.
All right, so we're heading to. Do we have to? Where's the?
Oh, you
damn
might need
map?
Owlberry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
We need to go.
Nobody going to Owlberry yet, because I might have a battle map
Exiting.
pulled up.
Yeah.
We need to go east though.
Like a
toward
new one,
Tenbrook.
is what I mean.
I mean, we're
We're
going
good.
more north more than anything, right? On the
You
Well,
road.
guys did
the
take
road
it. You
splits
guys
into
did.
two.
You guys did.
Oh yeah,
take
the eastern split. Yeah.
Oh,
the
we're
eastern
continuing
fork.
on this road,
Yeah.
and we run. I think the road runs right into. Looking at our map that we actually
Tanbrook.
have, yes, it runs right into Tanbrook.
And Tanbrook is like looking at the map with your exquisite brain. Tanbrook to the banks of the Marrowdeeps is 2 miles, so it's a 40-minute trek. So once you do Tanbrook, it's only
Oh.
40 minutes to the.
So we'll
Nice.
we'll
Yeah.
use that as a base camp. Tanbrook.
Yeah, we should definitely ask around when we get there for Hopper. Hopper, you're looking a little, you know.
What?
So-
I can't hear you.
Well,
What are you saying to me?
I mean, I wouldn't want to insult
Oh,
you
don't
by
know me. I
saying.
think I have something in my ears.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you just
This is
pull
a
out.
tuft
You
of
just
hair.
you just pull out this big like flying insect.
Grin leans over to Antyr. I would have called them a silver fox if I didn't think that, predators and whatnot, right? Foxes eat rabbits.
Yeah, don't. Maybe that won't go. I don't know. Hopper doesn't seem too scared about creatures like that.
I know. I hate cats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cats are scary. They come at me all the time. They're always on the hunt for me.
We can alleviate that fear if you would like. We can fix that if you want.
Oh, are you gonna kill every cat that we see?
No, I'm gonna make a cat, and then you're going to be friends with it.
No, that doesn't change the fact that actual real cats
Uh-huh.
want to pounce on me. I'm incredibly pounceable.
Oh. Well, yes, that's not something I can fix. Maybe
Yeah.
like
They love that I just flitter around. There's something about it that gets them all like, I need to pounce on it. It stinks. That's why I spend most of the time invisible.
Grin.
Well, maybe if you didn't glow like you as a laser pointer, you wouldn't be so pounceable.
Grin would really hate Tressums.
Yeah.
can I make a Tressum familiar?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Grin has no escape. All right. Well, how far away is Tanbrook from here? Looking at it, was
Looking at the
7
map,
hours?
it's about 7.5. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do some more spell scribing.
And Vonkar is in the driver's seat of the wagon, because,
I'll do some more spell scribing on our way, and then I'll change Endylus to a flying cat.
Okay. Everyone, you might need Owlbear. Post the link in Discord just to be safe. There may be some combat ahead. There may not be.
For the first hour, Antyr will we'll spend some time to. I have it. Convert Endylus to a Tressum.
Okay. Easily done. What does this Tressum look like? Same kind of color patterns as Endylus?
Yeah, it's the fur is like a deep blue, almost violet coloration with what appears like looks like white spots, which it technically are, but they kind of shift and twinkle. The eyes are that same violet hue, but cat eyes.
Okay.
I would say the wings are they start the same coloration as the fur, but as you go to the tips, they take on more like a silver coloration.
Perfect.
So I will add that version.
Now there's a flying kitty cat. in the wagon.
I'm going to attempt to start casting or recording Pulse Wave
No, sorry.
into my spellbook. I'm starting.
Doing it. Which
Doing that.
are you doing it? Oh, are you doing it?
Yes, I'm doing it. Cypher Sworn. Antyr's gonna pull out another page, essentially to trade for a trade. Pull out a page that's a first level spell that he has, and then we'll begin to record. And I'm
Okay.
gonna have to do the fun stuff. Take some damage.
As you just write it in the book in blood.
Blood. No.
And the book is just like.
First will be celestial.
Alright, anybody else doing anything for these 7.5 hours in the back of a wagon? If you need short rests, you get them.
Hopper suddenly knows how to play Sudoku.
Okay.
So he draws his own set of playing cards and then starts, not Sudoku, Solitaire. So he makes his own set of playing cards out of like scrap paper,
Okay.
and then starts playing Solitaire.
Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay. I'm just trying to. I'm looking at what all of the characters I'm controlling right now, what they'd be doing.
During that hour, would it be like, are we all taking like a little short rest?
You've got like 7.5 hours of not doing anything in the back of a wagon, so whatever you need to do in those 7.5 hours, you can easily accomplish.
I'm just being a little pesky monk trying to get my key points back.
Oh, easily. You got 7.5 hours in the back of a wagon on a busy road. There's not going to be.
You know me,
any...
just a sassy little monk getting my key points back. That's what I do.
Yeah, you guys got
I'm
a
just a sassy little monk.
sassy little monk.
I'm just a cute little sassy little chipmunk.
Hey, Hopper.
Oui.
How you doing?
I am old. I am cold. How do you think I am doing?
Probably not well. Gosh, I wish I could help.
You know, it is times like these when I think back on my long-lived life and regret a lot of the choices I have made so far that have led me to this point. Meow. Was that a cat?
Wait, cat! Instantly invisible, 30 feet up in the air. Alright, what was it? He's looking around. Is there a cat?
It's a Tressum.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's Antyr's
Antyr.
familiar.
And Dylus's new form is a Tressum.
Antyr, is that your new friend?
It's still the same spirit, just a different form.
Oh, you scared me.
Right. You know Andylus.
Yeah, I know. Listen, when you hear meow, as someone who's been pounced on as many times as me and had to poof out.
Oh, actually, Grin,
So,
hide. Attempt to hide invisibly.
I am already invisible. You can't see me. You can't see this.
Andylus, find him. Tressums have detective visibility.
They do. Just kind of instantly
It
just
flies up and comes right to you, Grin.
No! Is this supposed to make me feel better? What are you doing?
Yes, it is.
I'll kill
Andylus-
it! I'll kill it!
no, don't kill Andylus. It's here to help. They're here to help.
Why are you having to do this? This is mean.
Why is it mean? Now you don't have to use your own wings, and Andylus can like fly you around a bit.
just mount.
How big is Andylus?
Yeah, it's I
Cat
think it'd be
sized.
too big
House
for
cat?
it, yeah.
Same size as me, tiny.
But like
Yeah.
house cat sized,
Is that small or tiny?
tiny, but
It's
house
tiny.
cat, but size of a
Okay,
house
yeah.
cat
It'd be like a Barbie doll on a
on
or
a
a GI Joe on a
cat.
A
yeah.
Barbie doll on a Barbie doll.
Well,
Let's
like
be
it's
honest.
a cat, you know,
It's a
regular
house cat.
size. Yeah.
It's like a Polly Pocket
I mean, that's how
doll.
big Grin is. It's about the size of a house cat.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Valid.
Well,
And Dallas,
Let's-
come sit.
And just
It'll be
sits.
fine. This is the point of this.
yeah,
So-
no, it's fine, but I mean, I got trauma. Okay, you can't just try triggering me on
It's not
like
to
all the time.
It's not to trigger you. It's to get you used to that it's going to exist here. But you have the capabilities now to defend yourself against them. I saw you take a mighty whack at that obelisk, and
Yeah, but cats are so sneaky.
but you're more than capable of being aware of your surroundings.
Have you seen how? I mean, you know how sneaky cats are, right?
Honestly, I mean, yeah, a bit.
Yeah, scary. Especially you're so big. You've never been preyed or a cat.
I am working, or attempting to, if Torger would jump on board, maybe even Vonkar, on perfecting a spell that they can do, but also potentially infusing a potion with this, and a hold up the Triceratops horn, with the arcane alchemical mix of the both to potentially make a potion that can replicate that effect as well. So maybe one day you could be bigger for a time, for a short amount of time.
I'm big enough to squish a cat.
No, big enough not to be scared of a cat. You'll become the
I'd
dog
have
in
to
the
be pretty
situation.
big.
No, you'll become like a dog in the situation as opposed to a mouse.
Leek wild shapes into an ocelot. This type of like a medium-sized.
Can we see him do
Where
that?
did
No,
he
he's
get
in he's,
revolvers?
he's in the back of the
Okay.
wagon. So he wild
I
shapes
just
into
want to
an
make sure
ocelot.
that we see him do that, and it's not like, oh, there's a big cat.
Yeah, he's in the wagon with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, he just wild shapes into like this medium-sized little tiny jungle cat.
That is the cutest fucking cat I've ever seen.
You hear Grin just like trying not to hyperventilate.
You have these are your friends. Your friends. Look,
Yeah, I know they're my friends, but I have trauma. Did I not say
that's fine.
I've been killed so many times?
Wait, you've been killed
Yeah, on the material plane.
by cats?
Yes.
So wait, you can die and just come back over and over again?
Well, I could. I don't think that's possible anymore since I'm no longer a. On this plane, I'm no longer a familiar.
Oh, you're not bound to. So wait, you were the creep's familiar.
Yeah. But also, I had control. So it was like almost like I was a familiar that had the control. Like, he was my familiar, but I had the categorization of familiar. I don't know exactly how it worked, but that's what it kind of felt like. Was like I was tethered to him, which allowed me to be in the material plane.
So you were like. So you were essentially meant to play as the creep's conscience?
No, I was in complete control as far as I knew up until,
Oh,
I
you-
mean, of course, the events that you're aware of.
I mean, but you never were fully in control, right? Like the creep could do things beyond your. Like you could make a.
I
Like,
was
you didn't
aware of
tell the creep to
everything.
walk, and the creep had to walk. Like was
No,
that how
that's
it works?
exactly what I did. That's why he walked all funky. Because I don't know how to make a dude like him walk.
You
That's
don't
why,
know
he,
how
that's
to
why he
walk
was
'cause you
all like
fly.
this.
I just thought that was because of the bindings.
No, I just trying to tell him to walk, and I'm trying to make him walk, and he just. I mean, it's hard to make someone walk. Have you ever like forced someone to walk? You like grab their ankle and lift one leg and then lift another leg?
No, I can't say I have.
I just had to puppet that asshole around all over the place.
Did you say you got to pop it and you lock it with the creep? You was making the creep pops it and lock it?
I mean, kinda, but he was more like
Yeah.
he was more of like a puppet, you know?
Oh yeah, that's a move. I've seen that. He turns him into a marionette. You know, makes the children laugh. Gets it.
Yeah.
Um,
It made a lot of drunk people laugh. They got their swings on them and everything, but
Yeah. Also, Antyr, good job on this aversion therapy. It seems like it's really working well.
Grin has stopped hyperventilating, so we're making strides.
yeah, well,
Mm.
You have
That's
the
a-
creatures around, and then you distract with the
Listen.
conversation that Grin is interested
Yeah,
in, and then all of
yeah.
a sudden you
that's
forget
how
that.
it all. No, that's how it all happens. And then an actual cat shows up, pounces on me, and kills my ass.
Well, I can't
You're
forbid
just
that.
making him bait. That's all you's doing. You's just turning him into
Excuse-moi.
bait.
Excuse-moi, Grin. As someone who has also grown up with a prey mindset all his life, in situations like this, it is either kill or be killed. You have a giant sword, so just keep it at the ready to defend yourself against the cats that come and attack you.
Yeah, this is a new thing for me. I'm used to running. I have this big sword, but I mean, like you saw, I killed that thing at a distance. That ghost. I don't know. I'm not used to like getting up in there.
But the ghost is not a cat.
Yeah, cats are so much worse.
Leek and Ocelot form is like sharpening his claws on the side of the wagon, just like scratching into the wood.
Making biscuits in the wood.
Terrible.
As it gets to about early,
Just imagine Grin being uncomfortable.
and
Not
only-
not like super bad, but like
yeah,
he's you just know that he's not in a great place
well,
around like
We need to get him a
two
song.
different cats.
after about 2 hours, the wild shape drops, and as it gets to early afternoon or so, the road you're traveling is flanked. So at this point, Cornelius can travel for about another half hour before he starts getting exhaustion. But as it gets to early afternoon or so, the road you're traveling is eventually flanked by 2 towering structures on either side that seem to have additional structures built on top, stretching all the way up to the jungle's high canopy. The structures are made of wood and lashed together with vines and other fibrous vegetation. There are no other buildings or structures in sight, just these 2 makeshift towers with other additions put on top. Wooden walkways extend from one structure to the other on the opposite side of the road, and these walkways start at about 20 feet up above the road. Walking along these walkways are small, bipedal, colorful frogs that resemble poisonous dart frogs, wearing an assortment of clothes made of foliage, as well as other frog-like humanoids that stand about a foot taller than the smaller, colorful ones, and these ones resemble bipedal tree frogs. A crude sign hangs down from the first walkway that reads Tanbrook. And Tanbrook is just these 2 towering structures that serve as the village. And the frogs, just people, the Grung and which you would know, Grung and Gripply, all kind of just look down at your wagon, and one of them goes, "Hello?"
Hello?
We made it.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey there.
Hi.
Is this Tanbrook?
Can't you read?
I can. I just want confirmation.
Yeah.
What can we do you for?
Well, we first need a place.
We got
to
we
park
got rocks ready.
rocks. What do you mean?
If you're here to be mean, we're gonna throw rocks at you.
We would never do that. We do have. We need a place to establish our car to put that down with our mule, our Vonkar's mule.
We have a friend who saw a ghost recently that needs
Oh,
some
no.
type of, do you have a shaman or magic person?
You'd want to talk to Fontaine. And they gesture to the top, very top of the structure to your left. Very, very top, like up in the canopy. As for your wagon and your... They look at the mule. Whatever that thing is. You can tie it to the tree over there. We don't really got anywhere you can store your wagon, but the mule can come up into the structure with you.
Vonkar, it's your call. It's your
We'll make sure no
car.
one steals the wagons. We'll throw rocks at people if they try to steal it. But
Oh,
people,
they seem trustworthy.
thank you. You're like these 2-foot tall frog people and then 3-foot tall tree frog looking people. Just chilling out on the numerous walkways going up, just looking down. You can see like a bunch of kids like holding rocks, like getting ready for the go ahead. Just in case.
Just waiting for that.
Okay.
Stone 'em, boys.
We'll secure the cart and then make our way to this fontaine, you said?
Yep, you'll have to enter the structure on the right first. This other one, he points to the right, and then just keep going up and 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 cross the walkways, and then you'll get the fontaine. Very, very top.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah. We also don't have any place for outsiders to sleep, though. It's just sort of our homes. And it's also still pretty early afternoon. It's only early afternoon. So, but if you need a place to spend the night, which you probably won't quite yet, there's a nice lagoon, about 15 minutes west off the road where you can set up camp. It's peaceful, quiet, nice view of the stars. But if you do decide to sleep there for the night, don't eat any of the plants that grow around it.
Wait, is that? Are you talking about the Tanlock?
No, yeah. Well, no. Tanlock's
It
a
was
little
just a-
farther than that.
Oh, okay, so it's just like another little body of water just outside town.
Yeah, about 15 minutes west off the road. Just a quick little walk.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, guys, let's go up. Hopper, we gotta get you fixed up.
Sorry, kids, no rocks today. And the kids all kind of just go, ah. These, like,
If you wish,
the kids are like 1 foot tall almost. And they're just like, ah.
before we ascend, children, if you wish, I can create a target for you on the ground for you to
Okay.
practice
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rock
yeah.
throwing.
Do it.
So I'm just gonna take my sword, with like still in the scabbard,
Mm-hmm.
and draw like 3 big circles, and basically draw like a larger size dartboard for them to in the dirt for them to
Okay.
practice their target
They-
they're throwing.
They don't wait. They immediately just start hucking rocks down from
Oh
like
shit!
they're like the 5th walkway up, so they're probably like 60 feet up, and they're just hucking rocks down at the target. And they're like sizable rocks, like 2-handers for these kids, just like.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the kids seem very, very pleased with the game they can play. And yeah, the Gronk who was talking, he was like, yeah, it's just up the structure and keep going and going and going.
Alright, guys. Ready? Let's go find him.
All right.
Maybe you can easily secure the wagon. There's like a sort of like a hitching post down there, but not really. There's a lot of like vines that wrap around this one big tree. It looks like it's pretty secure. And yeah, Cornelius can join you, and he's like, yeah, I don't want to stay on the ground just in case they throw rocks at me, you know.
Oh, we would never let that happen, Cornelius.
Makes sense.
Okay. And you all start going up then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll unhitch like Cornelius so that they can walk with us.
Okay. So yeah, as you start to wind your way up the towering structure, you notice the obvious changes in architectural designs and handiwork as you ascend, easily ascertaining that every addition to these structures was done by different hands. So different people just adding on when they want to build their house, or their kind of like, well, house. It's all residences. There's no shops or anything.
Justin.
Yep.
Do the folk here, do they have a language that is not common?
Probably Grung and Gripply.
Okay. If they're speaking it in front of Grin, Grin would like to like try to pay attention to that as we're
Right.
walking by them.
It's mostly a lot of staring right now as you're all
Yeah.
ascending. Yeah, so the children, as you're all ascending, the children of the Grung and Gripply stare at you all as you make your way upwards. And whenever you guys get close to a group of like people, mostly children, they and they laugh and like scurry off. You get a sense these people are not used to seeing outsiders, especially people making the climb up. Yeah. It's a lot of staring, and any conversations are definitely would be out of earshot. But like, there's really, you can tell there's no really important conversations going on. Just with the way they're talking to how people are talking, it's a lot of just like walking along and sort of that sort of thing. Eventually, the climb brings you about 200 or so feet up off the jungle floor. So the canopy is about 200 feet up in this area. With, out of everybody, Doe and Antyr's heads are brushing the jungle canopy as you get to this top part. So you're like your heads are just like rubbing branches and leaves and foliage. Everybody else, the tops of their heads are completely unharmed. If you have hair, it's probably going to be a bit of a mess. If you're brushing the canopy, you're getting like twigs and little bits of leaves in it.
And I duck.
Okay.
Please.
Doe just bald head rubbing on everything.
Okay.
You follow the directions they gave you. So you cross this one walkway. The walkways are narrow, wooden plank rope bridges with railings, unlike Godbringer Ravine. And as you step onto these bridges, they definitely sway, but they're sturdy. And you cross the chasm, following the chasm, the gap, basically crossing the road. Following the directions you were given, you come to an addition that is built about 30 feet out from the structure. So there's like a wooden walkway 30 feet out, and then there's a structure with only a vine swing to cross the 30 feet to the addition's landing from the walkway you're on. So you can't just walk to it. You have to vine swing and whoop, like Tarzan, with a sheer drop to the jungle floor directly below the vine swing. And you get a sense, well, these are all frog people. This is definitely not an issue for them, clearing this little jump. And yeah, it seems to have been built with the inhabitants of Tanbrook in mind and not visitors. So you all come to this walkway, 30-foot wide gap, rope, vine swing, and Cornelius is just like, oh heck.
Torger jumps it.
All right, what's your strength? What's your
Grabs
strength?
the vine. Attempts the vine.
You don't need to make any checks if you're using the rope swing. It's pretty sturdy.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you just swing across, like you're playing Pitfall.
Yeah!
Grin goes about halfway and then like judges the arc that Torger just made
Mm-hmm.
and tries to get to the lowest part of that arc.
Yeah.
And just like will attempt to assist anybody that might be having issues crossing.
All right.
So, you know, just because he can fly, so he's just like, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Gonna...
Torger, athletics or acrobatics check to do the rope swing.
All right, for sure.
Your choice.
Acrobatics, yeah.
All right.
Let's go acrobatics.
And we'll say everybody gets advantage because Grin's kind of there to help just in case anybody plummets.
Oh, I mean, I probably did it before.
It's only 200 feet.
Before
That's only 20 d6.
Yeah.
So
Torger did this before Grin even went out there, so Grin got
right.
yeah, Grin got a good.
That's right. So yeah, Torger
what you
just
call it?
Torger just a flat athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
22.
22?
Acrobatics.
You're fine. It's easy. This is child's play.
This is these guys. This is the easiest thing. What does anyone needs help with techniques? What's you need? Your techniques is good. If you you got to like think of like your belly button as like the center of gravity, and then you swings at the bottom and use all your weights to kick towards your belly buttons at the bottom of the swing, and you gets back up, puts you to the other side.
Cornelius is just like, well, how am I supposed to cross?
What you needs helps?
Alright,
Four-legged friend?
I can get him.
Yeah, okay.
Who's next?
Here's the ropes back.
Oh, right, yeah. Who's next?
Here's the ropes back.
Just cuts it.
Good luck, suckers. Wait, what?
Who's next? Vonkar?
Well, yeah. So, quick question.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for. There it is. I think I've got. Yeah, I've got it. How much rope?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And those were Vonkar's last words.
How
much
much
rope?
Forgive Cornelius.
Well,
Are there for us to swing across on? What happened? Why is that the last question?
because
How much rope?
you keep cutting out, so.
Oh, my back.
Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your
Am I
video's
missed
frozen,
really
but you can talk.
Oh, there
no,
it is.
you're
there
there.
it
You're
is.
there. You're back.
Weird.
Huzzah.
You guys never froze for
yeah,
me,
that's
which is
how
weird.
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were just like, oh, I was like, what? What did I say? What did I? Oh yeah. So are there like, is it just one rope dangling down, or is it multiple?
Just one.
Just one. Okay. All right. How many ropes do we have between all of us?
Hey, do you need something? Hey, do you need something to make Cornelius small?
That'd probably be helpful.
All right, hot hands. Here you go.
Wait,
Throw the
wait,
potion
no?
of diminishing
Oh, okay.
to Vonkar.
All right.
I throw it
you
like a
throw
total asshole.
Vonkar, make a sleight of hand check to see if you catch it.
Oh
Sleight of
boy.
hand?
Yeah,
No, Vonkar's making the sleight of hand check to see if he can catch it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sleight of hand. Okay.
I have advantage on those.
Go for it. It's gonna
Unfortunately, I
plummet
put-
if you fail and just smash at the bottom of the. Suspenseful. I think he froze again. Oh, that's a 6.
Wait, what? 5, I'm thinking.
Okay,
so
so
it's a 6.
Can I use Chronal Shift?
No.
Wait,
my
did you-
reaction.
wait, hold on. Did you say 6 total?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it just
No.
it plummets down the. Vonkar, how do you fail catching this?
Vonkar is like looking at the rope situation, trying to think about if you can add more ropes,
Oh, and
and
then
then
catch.
Torger says that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure," and then like doesn't realize that it's being thrown into last minute. He's like, "Oh," and then just kind of like it's one of
Fumbles
those
it.
things where he like goes to try and catch it. No, he doesn't even bobble it with
Oh.
6. Like he goes to try and catch it, and he just full on SWAT teams it out of the air.
Okay, so you just send it propelling off the structure 200 feet down, and it just.
It almost gets back to Torger, but it's a little short.
And it just shatters at the bottom of the.
Down.
what does it make super small?
Nothing,
there is-
unfortunately, because
there's
it has
a-
to be
there's a-
consumed.
There's like an anteater on the jungle floor that just licks it in there.
Can be.
The size of the it turns to the size of the ants, and they're all like,
So yeah, you just hear a as it just hits the road and just shatters 200 feet down.
Vonkar, you owes me 100 gold.
I'm sorry. All right. So Vonkar's gonna take one thing of rope out of his pack and hand it to
I
Grin.
got
like,
some
"Could you-"
rope.
Oh, okay. Can I borrow that?
Yeah, take it.
Unfortunately, all of Hopper's rope was in his bag of holding that got stolen by the creep.
Yeah. The creep. Not Grin.
Everybody else have. Everybody else have a rope on them?
I mean, this is 50
All
feet.
right, well, I have to see if 3 will do it. No, it's not about the length. So, oh yeah, how long is the Dustin? How long is the swing of the rope?
Would say 35 feet, so it's just enough to clear the gap. The gap's 30, rope 35.
Okay, so yeah, so if we double up a 50-foot work then. Okay.
And based on the
So-
rules, a rope has a 500-pound capacity.
Oh, that's good to know.
So-
Okay, so it actually has a specific capacity.
Because
All right.
based on the strength
So-
check, it requires the breaker rope, DC 17, so about a 500-pound
Okay.
capacity for a rope.
So you guys start seeing the flying boots activate, and Torger starts just marching over, super annoyed. And I was like, why didn't I think of this before? I lost a goddamn potion. He goes over and he touches Cornelius and casts Reduce.
Oh, yeah. So Cornelius
So I
goes.
I use my
from-
Reduce, so he's...
I believe he'd be smaller.
That is a great image for Sam.
Yeah, he goes from small, so now he's. Oh yeah, nice freeze.
Wait,
Good for
you can do that?
Well, you
Is
can
that the
cast,
Duergar?
you can cause a creature or an object you can see within range, which is self or 30 feet.
Well, is that
I
the?
think, are you doing the Duergar
Wait.
one though?
Is it the Duergar one? Because that one's only on yourself.
Oh, it's only
Yeah.
self?
Yeah,
The
that was
Duergar
Sorry,
one.
that
I
was-
only I apologize. I only know. I'm only reading off enlarge
Yeah.
reduce.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's on
so
the
I'm
it's on the
sorry.
character sheet as the spell, but in the actual race description,
Yeah.
it says you can cast the enlarge reduce spell on
Oh.
yourself.
Listen, guys, still a new character.
Cornelius
I
would be like,
I know.
wait, I'm intelligent.
Sorry.
I'm awakened. I've got this.
Okay, if you're sure.
Oh no.
Gonna back up. He's sure-footed, but it's not a saving throw. He's gonna back up. Running jump. You can do a running leap, and jump a distance in terms of feet of your strength score. You got a strength score of
Mhm.
14. You know, Grin, help me if I need it.
Yep, I'm
And you
here.
just see this
I'm right here
mule.
for you,
You
buddy.
just see this mule galloping on the walkway and leaps.
Can I with the rope? Can I? We never added a second rope on. I was gonna. Oh well, never mind. I was gonna say, can I run and jump so I can
No.
Oh man, the
That's
freezing is
suspense.
just—it's just.
along and if he starts falling, kind of push and boost him. But
Well,
the rope won't hold both. The rope won't hold him.
nope. He doesn't need any assistance whatsoever as he rolls a 18 and just bites onto the rope with his teeth and swings
God.
across and lets go and lands perfectly fine on the other side.
Then yeah,
Oh,
then
who's a good boy? That's a good job, Cornelius.
Torger would have
you.
tried to help catch him, or
That could have been
maybe
bad if
to
I
help
fell.
Assist.
Cornelius would have died. Oh, yeah, but Cornelius is on the other side. Who's next?
Oh, go ahead.
All right.
Athletics or acrobatics for Vonkar?
Athletics, yeah. All right. Let's go. Wow. Okay, 6 for 16.
Yeah, you cross.
Okay.
All
helping onboard people onto the other side.
right, Hopper,
Okay.
you next. It sounds like
Yeah, I'm helping catch people.
Hopper's got rabbit hop,
Yeah.
so I mean, like,
Hopper does have rabbit hop, but he's also 20 years older than he was a couple of hours ago.
yeah,
So he's just gonna misty step to the other side.
sure. Okay, that would leave it between Antyr. I mean, the flying people don't have to make any checks whatsoever, but that's gonna leave Vonk or Antyr and Antyr, Doe, and Leek on the other side. Leek pushes Antyr. No.
Get out of my way.
Mother sends her regards.
All right, Antyr, I'm gonna push you, and then you jump, right?
Oh no, I can get over pretty quickly, and Antyr is going to use Starlight Step to disappear in a cloud of stars and appear
Wow.
on the other side.
Just having to be fancy about it.
Of course.
Leek can't wild shape into flying animals yet. But Leek has a 16 strength and a 6 dex.
Nice.
6 dex. He's gonna run for it and leap. Athletics check for Leek, +3. Let's go. Athletics +3. If Leek falls. Hey, 13! Lands on the edge and then walks. Okay, that leaves Doe left. Athletics is a 0 with advantage. Oh, that's if they use their tongue to climb, they get advantage with their tongue. +5 if they do acrobatics, though. So Doe is going to run, launch their 10-foot tongue out, wrap it around the rope, and try to do like an acrobatic maneuver with their tongue. For a dirty 20. And yeah, Grin doesn't need to make a check unless they want to try it, but everybody that can fly is just guaranteed safety.
Yeah, Grin's just trying to help everyone else. And it's just
Okay.
Like, all
I just saw the screen cap that somebody took. Alright, so as you all cross to the other side, the structure is shaped almost like the top of a coconut, with neatly placed walls all around the sides of the exterior made from large lily pads. The door is made from this beautiful, smoothed down bark, and yeah, that's the building.
So
Alright.
what do we do? We just go in there?
I mean, based on what I've seen from other people on the material plane,
talking to a person who's also from the Fae.
I think we're supposed to knock.
Why would we knock? If they did not want us to go in, the door would just be locked.
Well, people are busy
Mhm.
sometimes, you know.
Yes, and you don't always lock your doors, even if the doors.
No, I always am locking the door. Why do you
Well-
think I set up an alarm spell every night? I have all of these rituals that I do to make sure people do not get in.
Yeah,
Because people can and will wander in through your front door if they want to say hi to you.
So okay, but let's say even if your door was unlocked in that case,
Who is
Would you
this
not
talking outside my door?
Fontaine, is that you?
Oh, yes it is, sure.
We are the Funkies, the Funky Casuals, and we'd like an audience with you, please.
Well, come on in, the door is open.
See,
Locked.
I told you.
Unlocked.
Okay, Torger, go ahead. You heard him.
Yous wants me to go first?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay, I just goes first. Yeah, if you're going to dare me to be the leader, I step up.
Alright.
Yeah,
Just
sure,
the door
you just-
opener. I gave you
Yeah,
that
yous
position.
don't know how to lead, so I just lead from the front. You go sit
No,
back.
the leader always doesn't have to be
The door just
first.
opens. You can see.
Yeah, and I lean right in.
The inside is a circular room with 3 floors. The ground floor is filled with shelves containing jars of powdered substances and ingredients, while the upper floors seem to be built more for leisure and relaxation. Standing behind the door now is a 3.5-foot tall Gripply, so one of the tree frog looking people, with vibrant bright green skin with orange splash-like colorations around their bright blue eyes. They're wearing a well-made tunic made from what looks like rose petals, with a cloak of green moss. On top of their head is a bird's nest, where a ragged, very old gray parrot is sleeping that's missing most of its feathers. Well, now, sure, I ain't ever had no folks from outside come pay a visit. I tell you what. He smiles and kind of, you can see in his hand he's holding like some ground up beetles and dumps them in a random jar and dusts his hand off, pats the parrot on the head, which slowly stirs, Rise on up, LaRue. Looks like we got us some company, Come on in. And kind of steps backwards and holds the door open for you all to step inside.
Yes,
say-
this is a nice powders room for you've got to show us.
Well, thank you kindly, sure.
Antyr's gonna casually walk in and like casually take a spot that's close to the powders and
Okay.
ground up things. See if there's any alchemical basis to these.
Oh, a ton.
Okay.
The parrot that he patted ruffles its feathers and flies over to a nearby perch and looks at each of you. The parrot is also clearly blind, missing feathers in places, and just looks absolutely ruined.
It's molting.
So, well now, sir, what you need us to do for you?
We had some questions regarding a couple things. First, our friend here, Hopper. My name is Antyr. This is Hopper,
I'm
Grin.
Fontaine, sure.
Torger, and
Bonjour.
Vonkar. Yes.
Bonjour.
Oh, and Cornelius as well.
Hello. Well, now, aren't you just a pretty one, sure?
Okay, so Hopper here is dealing with was aged prematurely by the visage of a ghost, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, it happens all the time around here, sure.
So we were looking for someone who could potentially alleviate that premature aging process.
Well, I can whip up a couple of bombs to soothe them aching joints, but turning back the years, that's a whole different gumbo pot. This here jungle is full of them ancient spirits, and from time to time, one of our own kind needs a little nudge to reclaim their former gumption. I could lend a hand in a fix like that, but it ain't free, mind you.
Do you have any local issues that might benefit from the, I guess, new muscle?
You can see, you
a
can see,
group of adventurers
you can
like
see,
ourselves?
you can see Dope starts pulling out their coin purse and start counting out coins. Well, now y'all can keep your valuables right where they are, my dear compadres. Ain't no need for them fancy odds and ends. Nah. If y'all could kindly give me a hand gathering up a few fixings, I believe there's a good chance we can round up a right fine arrangement.
Yeah, that sounds good. What you got in mind?
Well, now you see, there's this here plant that's native to these parts, cozy like in them nearby Marrowdeeps. Way down yonder in the heart of that lake there, them plants make their home. Reckon I'd be mighty obliged if you could rustle up round 10 pounds of them fronds. You fetch me them goodies, and I'll see what kind of magic I can conjure up for you, sure.
I guess the only downside here is that we got kind of a deadline. How long do you think this task would take? Would it put us past the point of being able to
Depends
fix
if
a
you
friend?
depends if you need to sleep every 10 minutes. It's only
No.
about 40-minute walk from here to the Marrowdeeps.
Alright.
The plants up tall and they grow at the bottom of the lake, though, so.
Is there anything else about the Marrowdeeps, like locations
He just
within?
starts nodding. Oh. Sort of. There's marrow, big fish. Obviously, the plants I've been eating are all down there, all cozy and fine. There's a mighty peculiar ziggurat down there, but I reckon I ain't planning on getting too close to that, no, sir. It's just a mite too eerie for my liking. But
Do you know where the... Oh, I'm sorry.
Do I know what?
Do you know where the name Marrowdeep comes from? Like that marrow seems like, the stuff inside bones.
Not a clue, sure. Just what it's been called since I've been a little tadpole.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's all I had to say. Sorry. The big question.
No problem, sure.
Did Fontaine share the name of the plant that we're gathering, or no?
Nope.
Just the description.
They have fronds, though.
The plants you're looking for are called voratides. I call them voratides. They're big, tall, green, and they got big old leafy fronds, and the fronds tend to snatch whatever prey is closest and slowly digest them over time. Dangerous plants.
Well, I'm more than happy to do this if it's something that we can do for you to assist Harper here. So,
Absolutely, sure. Yep.
Alright, well, I guess, if there's nothing else we need to know, we could probably just get going, yeah?
Yeah, as long as you got a way to breathe underwater. The lake's about 1,300 feet deep, as the last time I took a gander. Sure.
Well, they don't call us the Funkies for nothing. We got something for that, I think.
Perfect. Good to know. Good to hear. Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Smiles and nods. And the parrot just goes, rah!
You guys notice Grin's like kind of adopting some of the local like speak.
Well, anything else I can do for y'all? Any
I
questions?
believe
no, I think
that is. I believe that is all we need.
Alrighty.
Once we return with this plant, how long will it take to create the concoction?
Oh, I ain't making no concoction there, Shaw. These plants are for something else. It's a spell, but I don't do it for free, and I don't need your money. A favor for a favor, Shaw.
Just in case we, run into some difficulties or unforeseen issues, would it be possible to get paid in advance?
Make a persuasion.
Take it as,
Make a persuasion
Take it
check.
as my word.
Make a
as
persuasion
thing.
check. With advantage, because Grin repeated Shaw.
Oh shit.
Sure.
Persuasion.
Yeah, he's been saying
That's a -2.
You got advantage. He's occasionally been saying sure and Shaw at the end of sentences.
It's a natural 15 for a 13 total.
13 total. He's gonna do an insight check. Okay. Well, you're friendly. That's a new one, and I ain't used to seeing outsiders too often. Yeah, why not? Sure. And if you don't come through with your side of the offer, I can revoke it just like that, I think.
You have my word as a fae.
Oh, a fae. Sure. They're not too reliable.
But we always complete our deals.
That is true, Sha. Alrighty. And he slaps 2 hands on the side of your head.
Yeah.
He's only, how tall is he? 3.5 feet. So he's only like 6
He's
inches.
taller than I am.
He's a little
Yeah.
bit taller than you are.
Oh yeah.
2 hands on the side of your face,
This is such an adorable scene.
and he puts his head. He puts his head against yours. And just stares into your eyes, non-blinking.
They're-
His
The
eyes,
pupilless eyes are just shifting back and forth very nervously.
frog eyes, just like There's like a deep guttural croak, just, and then you'll watch as like Hopper de-ages, and he casts Greater Restoration on Hopper. And you can see the hut gets a little, like the interior of the shack gets a little dark for a second, and then the lights, like the natural candles, start to come back on. He's like, all done now, Shah. You should be fine to complete your side of the deal, but again, if you don't do what was promised, I'll take it back. No hard feelings, oh Shah.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. We will take extra care and be sure to bring all that you have requested and possibly more
Perfect.
for your kindness and generosity.
I will say, you're not the first folk that'll be going down into the Marrowdeeps. People tend to come through here occasionally on the road below to the Marrowdeeps, but they never come back. I stopped going years ago when there was 5 of us. Not elders, I'm not an elder. When there was 5 of us, sort of nature inclined, and, well, once they all started to die, I wanted to, he belches, I wanted to go for more, less dangerous locales, Shah.
And, just one more time as a refresher, what was the type of plant that we're looking for?
Voratides. They're tall, they're sort of like seaweed, and they're covered in large fronds, and the fronds can grab nearby prey, pull them in tight, and slowly digest them over decades. Imagine being conscious and digested over a few decades.
Yeah. So, I mean, because these fronds seem to be a little bit dangerous, do you have a recommended way of, like, harvesting them? Like,
Yeah.
what's the important part of them so that we don't destroy it?
The whole frond, it's like a leaf, it grows back.
So we gotta, like, take the stem,
No.
like, cut it at the
Oh.
root, or?
You won't be able to cut the whole thing down, just the fronds. They're pretty, the plant itself is large and thick, like tree-sized almost. The fronds are like little long. He like waves his arms, like a waving, billowing motion, like long leafy ribbons. Generally, it's recommended you have something distract the fronds while somebody else sneaks up and cuts them. It's usually a 2-person job, kind of why I had to stop going, Shah.
Oh, sure, thanks. That was actually really helpful. Um, and you used, like, some type of slashing.
Yeah, like a knife.
Got it. Alright.
Alright. Nice to meet y'all, Shah. Need anything else? When you come back, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you, Sha.
Anytime, Shah.
Does.
Yeah, we
Back
can head
across
out.
the swing.
Yes, it's goodness.
Oh, you don't need to do that. You guys need to get to the ground real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Follow me. And he steps outside onto the walkway.
Following suit.
Okay, yeah,
Leads you around to the back of the shack.
yeah.
This way, Shah. Come along. He just,
All right.
as he leads you to the back, you can see built at the back is a massive wooden slide that just spirals down to the ground.
Ooh, wooden slide. Is it well polished?
I guess there's one way to find out. It's like a covered like tunnel slide. I use this to get to the ground relatively quickly, Shah.
Torger jumps in stomach first, head
Okay.
Get ready for some murderous splinters.
Right? Oh, goof.
It's settlement built for these frogs that have a natural kind of coating on their skin.
Cool.
Torger, this is just going to be a simple Constitution save to see if you don't get any splinters on the way down.
Can I also like spit on myself to?
Can you spit on it to make it go
you can
down?
spit on
Yeah,
your,
can I
you can spit on yourself, but it's not going to help you.
If only I had prepared grease today.
So you slide down on your belly, and you immediately
Oh,
feel
yeah.
the friction as you're going down. But this is a con save to see if you don't get any splinters in your stomach and your chest
Awesome.
hand.
Oh yeah, that helps. It helps like thing. It helps
Yeah, you know
crawl
what?
down.
You know what?
Let's crawl down.
Don't worry about it. You got
Yeah.
like a buffer there that'll help you like get down. Alright. So it's a 200-foot circular slide, so like you start to pick up momentum. It's not not poorly made. It's not like that slide that was like trending on the internet for a while that the cop went down and like
Oh, yeah.
and got launched out. So good. But it's a long slide, it's dizzying, and there's friction in there, so it hurts when you get to the bottom, Torger, but you're fine.
And it's so warm and humid inside.
Oh yeah, it's like no air flow in that slide. But yeah, Torger gets to the bottom, and Fontaine's just like, "Oh, look at that! Got to the bottom, Shaw."
A little bit of a swascade on the way down.
All right.
Grin will be like, most appreciated, Shaw. What exactly are these materials that we'll be getting for you? What do you use them for? I mean, you don't have to say anything. I mean, if it's personal or anything, I'm just curious.
Moisturizing cream.
Oh, nice. All right.
The digestive fluids that the plants consume are good for the skin.
Oh. All right, you got it, bud. Shadow.
Just nods.
And Grin will just float down.
All right,
to
everybody.
meet everyone.
Everybody taking the slide, make Constitution saves. Cornelius will take the slide.
Vonkar's gonna take the slide. Actually, if he goes like right after Torger,
Yeah,
and because he's got full plate on,
yeah.
so if he like dives down, kind of like chest plate first, can he kind of like sand it down a little for the people behind him with the metal?
Probably not. But
Okay.
you don't have
Friggin' toboggan.
you don't have to make any saves though because you're wearing full plate. So you're just
Okay.
like no splinters for
Clang,
you.
clang, clang. It sounds like throwing a pot. Sounds like
Bouncing
throwing a bunch
around.
of pots and pans down a flight of stairs.
Wait, have you-
Definitely, just like clang, 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 because it's a slide built for grung, like for small little frog people.
Oof.
So you and
Wait,
Torger are fine getting down there, but you're like getting battered along the sides. Actually, yeah, make me a Constitution saving throw to see how badly your armor gets you like tossed around.
You're getting rocked. By
Wait,
this
I'm just imagining if you've seen Christmas Vacation when he like puts the cooking spray on the little
Yeah,
saucer and then
yeah. There's a con save to see how just see how badly you get battered in there.
18.
Nice.
There's some loud clang, clonk, donk, and you come out the bottom, but relatively fine.
Flying out.
Yeah, flying out. Just
Like, it's one of those things, he comes out, he like flips onto his back, and then just like slides on his back along the ground,
Yeah.
like into some bushes.
Yeah, sure. You just go sailing into some foliage off the road. All right. That's gonna. Grin just flew down, so it's gonna leave Antyr, Hopper, Doe, and Leek.
Hopper is going to put his shield face down on the slide and then
Okay.
sit on it
Perfect.
all the way down.
This is gonna be another con save because you're going down that thing fast.
Okay.
Probably doing like some sonic loop-de-loop.
And yeah, this is a grung.
Yeah.
This is a grung-sized slide, and Hopper is roughly the size of grung, so Hopper's gonna be fine going down there. Antyr and Doe, however,
Ooh.
it's like an adult
Yeah.
going
You know
down.
what Doe
It's like
needs
an
to
adult
do?
going down a kid's slide. Just,
A dose.
You guys are gonna be the cops.
what?
17 con save for Hopper.
Yeah, you rock it out the bottom just like Vonkar.
Yeah.
All right.
Could I attempt to do a superhero landing as I get to the
Absolutely.
bottom?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Is
Uh,
that acrobatics?
no, you don't have to worry about it. You roll high enough, you're good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Leek
Yeah,
is
I
just
slide up and flip my shield up like it's a skateboard.
Alright. Doe is going to, looking at the dimensions of the slide, realizing they won't be able to fit down it, they are going to use their object form and turn into a dough-sized, like, soup ladle. And then they just kind of like, they just, like a wooden soup ladle. But as they're like leaping, they're not doing it, so they just kind of fall over on the ground and unmove. They're like gonna run for it, so they have momentum, and then object form wooden soup ladle, and just no con save required because they're technically wood. Well, they have flesh as an object form. They're not actually wood. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
8.
Ow.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2 piercing damage as they get some splinters on the way down.
Ow.
And then, yeah, Vonkar, Hopper,
Split.
Torger, and Grin. You just see like a wooden... Because you wouldn't have seen Doe take the shape. You guys just see a wooden soup ladle come flying out the bottom of the slide. Like
a wooden soup ladle with splinters.
That is a soup ladle that is 5 feet 11 inches long.
Oh,
Just
God.
big
ladle.
It's a fucking.
And then it just like kind of lands in the dirt, and then Doe appears where it was, leaving just Leek and Antyr. Leek is really wanting to push Antyr into the slide and like cram him in.
Antyr is going to see all the others do that, and the absurdity. Sorry, Leek. That is definitely not my style.
Leek has
And it's
tidal wave. No.
Antyr's gonna walk over to the vines, mage handed toward them, and gracefully swing over.
You're gonna walk all the way down?
Yeah, he's gonna walk.
Oh
all the
my
way down.
God.
That
Who
is,
are you talking
dude,
to?
Justin, that is so Antyr.
Yeah,
though.
I know.
Wait for
That is
everybody
so
to go down, and
Antyr.
it's like.
All right, so you take the
Yeah.
long way
Where are they
down.
going? And then just turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
Leek is just
Just
gonna
like a Disney princess.
Leek's child sized, 4 feet tall. Gonna run and just book it for this thing and go for it. Constitution save.
He's got scales.
Not really. Geckos don't really have scales. They're kind of smooth-ish.
Oh.
7. You hear like a.
The worst fucking slide. It's like whenever the kids, like on a big slide, the kid gets to the very bottom and they hit that extra bump and it just fucking get rocked.
Yeah, Leek gets rocked. He comes like flying out the bottom,
Oh,
just
no.
rolling.
The
Se-
slow cry
Yeah.
of like a young
seven
kid.
piercing damage from splinters and just.
Oh my God.
Leek just like rolls to a
Kill-
stop.
That would kill a regular person.
Leek just gets up, smiling.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Pulls out one of the splinters and just like. All right. And you slowly can see Antyr just slowly making their way down the exterior of the structure. Oh, Cornelius.
Love it. I love it so much.
Oh boy. I feel like really more needs to be said about the amount of times that adventurers take 8 points of damage.
Yeah,
like
which could kill the
and
person.
how 8 damage would instantly kill a regular
yeah.
person.
Cornelius can't fit down the slide, but there will be an attempt. He's like, oh, everyone else is doing it. Antyr, as you're walking away, you hear a and you just see Cornelius's back end sticking out of the top of the slide, stuck. Little hand, Antyr, I know you're there.
All right. I'm looking.
You're only help.
Yeah, it swings back.
I'd help you if you were in this situation.
I understand this. I didn't put myself in this situation. All right. I'm not very strong, but I'll attempt. Mage hand, and the hand appears. Antyr and the mage hand are both gonna attempt to
Okay.
push.
You guys sense pushing, he's just gonna get more stuck.
Oh, God! I'm trying to
You
break
need
him
to figure out
free.
some way to grease him up. You got any butter on you?
Oh no.
Grin will like go up and be like, I got a mess kit here. I got like a pound full of lard on this mess kit.
Oh, that should do it.
I don't have anything that would help.
Lube me up.
unfortunately.
All right, here you go.
And he's gonna get his tiny hands all like with the lard and stuff.
All right.
The mage hand will assist.
All right. So as you're applying lard to Cornelius, you can see he slowly starts to like slide into the slide. He's like, "Oh, I'm going.
Um,
And it's a very slow, just
Enter more lard. More
descent.
lard.
He throws it.
no.
You can see, you just see like he's going at like a foot every couple seconds, just like, and everyone on the ground can hear just.
Antyr's gonna then start walking down and probably gonna try to pace themselves to
Okay.
arrive at the bottom
So
of whatever Cornelius
after about 5 minutes, Antyr and Cornelius get to the bottom.
Grin just kind of like helping the whole way down, just trying
pushing.
to keep applying grease.
Okay, because he had to cover
Oh,
a slide, so there's no way to like. So yeah,
Yeah.
5 minutes later, Cornelius pops out the bottom. That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was great. Guys, when we're down underwater, we gotta kill some fish. I gotta get some type of oil to replace this, like, the lard that I'm missing now from my mess kit.
Also, speaking of underwater,
I might have oil.
Yeah, we can. Can we walk and talk? Can we head to
No.
the Marrowdeeps?
No.
Okay, Daryl,
yeah,
you're
cook's
soup ladle
utensils.
at the moment.
Cook's utensils. He's just gonna like pull out like a little bottle of cooking oil.
Oh, hey, actually, I mean, like, I got a mess kit here. You know what? Here, how about, I just give you some of my tools, since you're so darn good at cooking stuff. Maybe I can just be like a sous chef or something for
Alright.
you.
And if we ever run out of lard, we can get it from Cornelius.
No. Oh, you're saying like comb. With a comb. Not
Yeah.
like
No, I
skin
don't.
him, right?
Leek just starts walking in the direction of.
Well, turns and walks away.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Vonkar,
Uh-huh.
speaking on Cornelius and us being underwater, what did you have a plan for them while we're?
Oh, should I stay?
Oh, yeah, it's probably just a good idea.
All right. And he starts going up the structure. I'm gonna go meet. Maybe I can stay with Fontaine.
Sounds
So it's
reasonable.
all
Be
the
careful
way
about
5
that
minutes
jump.
down this. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. And Cornelius just starts like taking the slow walk up. You can see the kids are trying to like ride him as he's going up.
Slip it off because of lard.
Yeah. And also Grung's, and also like the Grung. Oh wait, they are not trying to ride Cornelius because Grung have innately poisonous skin.
Oh yeah.
Let me ride on top of him. Cornelius drops dead.
The Gripply
Yeah,
kids,
that's right.
the Gripply kids
What
are.
plate of grab every time we touch them? Okay.
But yeah, so Cornelius is making his way up, and yeah, it's only a 40-minute walk from here to the Marrowdeeps.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't know this thing.
And he pulls out his short bow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this will work good underwater.
And you'll see him like kind of focus for a bit, and the short bow turns from being like the pastel kind of flavor that's more associated with Grin and stuff. It shifts. It's still like the pastel, very Grin colored like arrangement, but it's in the shape of a crossbow now.
Nice.
I think this will probably work a little bit better underwater. And
How did you change the form of your weapon without any tools or, mechanical elements?
Oh,
Would
it's
you-
part of my pact.
With Papa?
No, like
Oh, no.
I suppose it's
with-
kind of a combo deal. But I mean, you could probably say the Ash Heart.
Interesting. You will have to tell me more about that. It is very curious.
So you're now getting your magic from both your papa and this
I'm not.
ash heart?
I'm kind of going off of what it feels like right now, and I was given this.
He like pulls the sword out.
It's just like this feels like a unity of Papa and Ashheart. Something to help me.
All right.
And I mean, it feels that way because I get a little bit of, a little bit of the Ashheart, a little bit of Papa.
And just to reiterate the fact, the ash heart was the one responsible for the creep?
Now you would know the Ashart's the newish ruler of the Nine Hells.
Right, but but the creep came under.
Grass.
Well, so Antyr, to sum it up again, apologies. I do a quick job whenever I try to explain this stuff. But the creep tried to, as far as I know, before his name even, or I mean, when his name actually existed, he tried to overthrow the Ashheart through some ritual, but he was clumsy and fucked it up, right? And the Ashheart caught him, and the Ashheart, busy as they are with the Blood War, bestowed upon Papa the duties of resolving the penalty contract, as you will. Like the devils have a weird like law thing where there are a lot of steps involved, a lot of bureaucracy, and so it was much more complicated than it should have been, in my opinion, anyway. But there are certain things that needed to happen, and so instead of just killing this guy outright, Papa, right, gave me the duty to like present a certain amount of punishment on them and make an example. It's all very, I don't know. I don't know the bureaucracy part of it as much. I just know that I was supposed to do a certain thing. Anyway, what was your question?
I honestly do not remember at this point. All to say, both the Ashheart and your papa are now taking responsibility for giving you such a task that obviously was beyond the means of what you could handle.
I mean, that's the thing that bothers me a bunch is that I don't think that they're able to do anything now. Like, I think they put all that they had left into the sword, which I'm able to channel all this from, all of these abilities.
So we're going to, if it comes to it, we're going to just have to kill off the creep.
Oh, that's my, listen, that's what I'm going to do now.
Okay.
That's like the main thing I'm here for right now. I saw what he became before. I don't think we're ready for that. Everything that we're doing right now is specifically catered for all of us. Hopefully me. Hopefully I get a little bit stronger too. But everything I do is to get strong enough to take out the creep.
All right.
You said your papa and the Ashheart could not help you any further in hunting down the creep and killing him. They put all of their powers into your pact with them, does that mean they are possibly losing their powers? They are
Uh,
growing weaker, perhaps.
Not quite. When we were in that tunnel, you remember the tunnel? Did you go in the tunnel? I know some of us went in the tunnel.
Hopper went in the
Feywild.
tunnel. Yeah, Hopper went in the tunnel because that's how you saw. Because Kate, you weren't here. That's how Hopper saw the vision of the sword at the bottom of the lake.
Okay. Oh, right.
We
It was in
made
the
some.
mine ride.
We made some wishes and went through a tunnel, and right after that, I was taken to the Feywild. I believe Torger thought they crushed me for a moment. But I went to the Feywild and I saw Papa turn to stone. And I saw.
Oh fuck! I should know the name. Where is it? What's his name? The super dickhead. The super dickhead we've
Dust
seen
Reaper
so many
Aelinor.
times. Yes.
I saw Dust Reaper Eleanor there. That, and I think they were responsible for turning Papa to stone. And they were just rummaging through all his stuff, going through his house, and I was invisible, and I followed him all the way. And then he went through a portal to the Nine Hills, and I'm pretty darn sure I went directly to the Ash Heart, and I'm just really concerned. So that's kind of what brought me to the thoughts that I'm presenting in front of you now.
If the Dust Creeper is involved, we must catch up to him with all due haste
Yeah, I
and
mean,
end whatever he is plotting.
he did petrify Papa, which is kind of scary. So, I mean, I think we should get stronger before he. Well, I mean, we're working on it. We're finding the sword, right?
Yes.
Finding
And
the
maybe
sword.
Aelinor had assistance from others within the Fae. The Unseelie Court, can only imagine, has great power, and if your papa is against them, or
Yeah, well, Papa kind of, as much as Papa liked company, he kind of liked being to himself because other people just, it's, when you was like, it seemed like Papa was kind of powerful. A whole lot of people want to, like, pull from that.
right, but
And
when you
so-
are having a war against two sides, you want more on your side, and if you don't get them, then removing a potential strong counterweight is the optimal choice, and it seems that was what happened here.
Yeah, I don't like the way you phrase that, saying optimal and everything. That was kind of mean, but I mean, I
It
get it.
aligns
That's
with-
kind of how you think. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm not going to hold it against you. I swear I'm not going to hold it against you. It's not going to happen.
Well, as of now, both your papa and King Oberon have been removed from the chessboard, as you could say. So that puts, quote unquote, our side at a disadvantage, while
Yeah.
their forces seemingly grow.
Yep, that seems like what's going on. Anyway, everybody up to speed?
I think so. Oh, to add to this, does anyone else have any dark secrets that are haunting just a days behind us that are going to slip up out of nowhere and hurt us or take things that we have?
Doe will just
Hold
say, "I don't remember any of my past."
That's fine. We can work with
Anyway.
that.
Leek will just say,
That's right.
"I don't know.
fine.
I don't
That's
know."
why I can turn this short bow into a crossbow. Can we move on? Are
Yeah.
you guys ready to go underwater?
Leek
You
just
have,
says,
like,
Leek just says, "Yeah,
Stuff that actually works?
I don't know."
Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure only piercing stuff is useful underwater.
Well,
So if you have weapons and stuff, might need to change them over or
Oh, did my internet die? It would seem so. What the hell happened there?
Wow. You know,
My internet
there's a
didn't.
lake right next to where Papa is.
My internet didn't drop out. I just dropped out of Zoom somehow.
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay, gotta rearrange all the windows now.
Yeah, sometimes you blinks, and sometimes the blink blinks you.
So yeah, if you ever have to fight anything underwater, like certain actions are a lot tougher to do.
How do you know that?
Like I said, Papa had a lake in his backyard that we played in and fought in and practiced in.
Yeah, and he wants us to get the most action economy out of every single turn.
Well, we'll just test things out. When we get to the water, we can always test things out and see what works and what doesn't, and then make our choices there.
Anyway, good luck, guys.
Alright, so it is about a 40-minute walk to the Marrowdeeps. And I'm focused on changing all these windows around because Zoom is dumb. That's Torger. Vonkar's somewhere. Oh no, I lost Vonkar. Vonkar's an old man who got lost in the woods.
That'll be fine.
No.
He'll be fine. We'll find him later.
We'll pick him up along the way.
After about 40 minutes, you come to...
There was a golden corral in these woods.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, isn't that great? You come to the shore of a large lake, stretching for miles and miles as far as you can see, and beyond is deep, dark water, almost a deep black in color. And resting on the surface of the water is a thick gray fog that is unmoving and still. Just about 30 feet to the right of where you're standing on the shoreline is a small rickety dock where a lone rowboat has been moored. And if you're all forgetting, you decided to also visit the Marrowdeeps to investigate the ley line convergence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's at the heart of the lake, directly in the middle.
So, we need to get the fronds, return to Fontaine, return back, visit this ziggurat because I feel that that's bound to those halls that we have to go to, and then maybe the ziggurat is also connected to the ley line in some way.
I mean,
Possibly.
ultimately, we're here for the sword too. So
Wait, why don't we just knock all three out in one go?
Well, I'm worried that Fontaine may get impatient if we're gone for too long.
no, we already got the payment, which kind of meant like, you know, our time limit is purely just based off of
When we get there, we could avoid getting the fronds, and
no, we're gonna
a decade
get the
later we
fronds.
eventually
no. Listen, we're gonna get the fronds, Sha.
Hopper, you hear a message in your head. Hey there, Shah. Wasn't clear enough. Take all the time you need. If you're not back with the fronds in a week, then you're gonna be old again.
So, Antyr, I just have this, strange feeling, Sha, that, we have a few days that we can take our time, like, say about a week, I think, is a good window for us to try to accomplish all the things here we need to do in some Marrowdeeps. Hello, Kitty.
It's just Endylus.
So we have a few days at the very least.
Okay. You say so.
I do say so.
Shit.
That was more rhetorical statement, but sure, you can have that.
Yeah, the water's like almost jet black in color. You can probably ascertain that's because it's so deep. And yeah, just this thick gray fog that is unmoving that covers the entire surface of the lake. So you actually can't really see how far the lake is, but judging by the map you have, the lake is very, very big, because each hex is about 12 miles.
Can Grin check a few things by sticking his head underwater?
Yeah. How far out you going to check underwater?
He's just doing an initial check. You said that initially it seemed like very dark.
Yeah, and then it's just gray fog.
Yeah. So he wanted to check to see how far he can see in the water, because I know that dark vision only goes so far when there's like certain detritus in the water.
Yeah.
So he's checking to see the
I
field
have,
of vision outside of darkness.
Oh, I have it here. I have it written down. Calm down. I have it written down.
Calm. I'm calm.
10 feet.
Calmer
10
than
feet.
you are.
10 feet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Anyone with dark vision, you can see 10 feet under this water. If you don't,
Ooh.
you got nothing. But luckily,
And
Hopper has.
Grin will pop
Something to
up
fix
and
that.
just be like,
it's really dark down there, guys. If you don't have dark vision, or like if you're not able to see in the dark too well, you're not going to be able to see anything down there. So unless you got some ways to create light,
Oh, dang it. I didn't prepare that spell today.
yeah, they're doing it. Yeah, if you don't have some way to like see light down there, things are gonna get really, really tricky.
Luckily, Hopper's got those goggles on their head.
Yes, I do have goggles of night vision.
And I
So
can I can turn into
okay.
an animal that can see underwater. So
And everyone else here can see
Doe
well in the dark.
Doe will nod.
Torger, Vonkar.
Oh yeah.
And so how's it doing?
Who?
Yeah, I can see 120 feet.
I can see 60. But
Does
it'll
that translate into the water
Nope,
at all, or
it'll
is
be
it just like if
10
you have dark
feet,
vision, it's 10 feet?
just
Okay.
10 feet, yeah.
Okay. Oh, because it's the murk, not
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
not
like
darkness.
that's the point where the
Yeah.
cloudiness gets to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
almost like a fog spell. It's like a combination of
yeah.
fog and darkness. A little
So it's
bit.
like it's the visibility is 10 feet, but it's also dark.
yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dark vision, there's just no visibility. Or no dark vision, there's no visibility.
So do we
Fun.
want to use the boat to row out, or do we want to?
I could turn into a big animal that swims. You'll tie ropes to me, and it could be like a ride, and I could pull you all out.
Well, if we have, when it comes to the boat, it could be like kind of a guiding light to the surface. Because I feel like things are going to be a little discombobulated.
You're discombobulated.
I mean, I will be. We all will be. We should
Yes.
probably
You all can
put,
mark
like,
off-
some type of light
wait.
on the boat, wherever we are, wherever we want to position it, and that'll tell us where the surface is.
I mean, we could also, we could ask Doe if they wants to make a huge.
I can't turn into. I can only turn into things that are my size.
Right. Yes, I was going to say. I almost finished my sentence. I promise I'll get to the end of it. But I was going to say they could be like a huge doe-sized bobber, where like they could put like their mouth on the top of their head, they could breathe, and then they could go down and we could see them going if we needed a place to mark.
So like an
Like
anchor.
a buoy?
But then I'd have to stay behind.
Yeah, you'd be safe behind.
It would also be really problematic if we're down there for a couple weeks and the player comes back and I'm not doing anything.
Well, what if we, what if we go down, we find where these fronds are, we gather the fronds, we handle that part, you stay positioned, and once we go deeper to go for the ziggurat, then you can join us. Just an option.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, I was not trying to plot block you. I'm just wants to make sure that he is comfortable the whole time he's in the party.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, so we'll get in the boat. Leek, if you can turn into something that can tug us along.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. All right.
And we don't even know where this ziggurat would be, so it would be swimming blind.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
Well,
we got the map.
We could try to pinpoint. We could go to the, where the ley lines intersect first. I feel if someone were to build a ziggurat, most likely it is where ley lines will intersect. Just, off the
But
top
then-
of my head theory.
The map was pretty ambiguous on where exactly.
If you look at the
Well,
map,
you
it's
just
like
have
if
to
you
look at the. You just have to look at, the degrees that it is at where, the lines intersect globally. And if you do the math, you can find the exact point at which these lines would interact based on what we already know and applying it to the current location. So it is only, a simple mathematical equation
Antyr,
Yeah,
make
to
me
figure out where the ley lines would.
Antyr, you're smart. You study things. Intelligence check, and you can actually pinpoint
Sure.
it for me.
Sure.
The ley lines converge
I'm-
directly in the heart of the lake. So
Could I
Multiplied by the
assist?
hypotenuse.
yeah, sure.
Because I'm also very.
So Antyr, you have
If
advantage.
you just need to do a little bit of Sokotoa to find the correct angle, and then maybe you need to make a parabola or two.
So, yeah, Antyr, just intelligence check. with
At
advantage.
19.
19. Yeah, directly at the heart of the lake, about 22 miles out.
All right. Well, following along with Hopper's talking, and Antyr is pushing the equations and simplifying them into an easier to digestible answer.
Yeah.
So if
And
you take
guiding
the log
points.
of the longitude and then multiply it by Sokotoa, by the angle of the tangent, then we should find the rough center of this.
Oh,
ley line
there it is,
convergence.
dead center.
Sam
of the
just
lake.
doesn't look like he's.
That was such
You
nonsense.
take an isosceles triangle. and-
Yeah, it's like
Fantasy!
it's just sci-fi. It's just technobabble.
I know.
Yeah,
Technobabble bothers
As
me.
being
too.
honest, this does not pass the smells test.
All right. So Leek is gonna run and jump into the water, and wild shape into. Do we go giant octopus? Do we go reef shark? No, we go giant seahorse.
Sea lion. Oh.
Yeah.
Because where he's from, he would not have seen a sea lion. He has seen a giant seahorse though, so he's gonna go giant seahorse. Swimming speed of 40 feet, and just this massive. How big is it actually? It says giant, but that's subjective. Large beast. Okay. Without dark vision, that's fine. So just a giant white seahorse.
Weren't we struggling with people who don't have rope? Isn't that a commodity that the group does not have an abundance of?
We have
three
150 feet of rope.
Oh, okay,
Three-
okay.
yeah, we
I
got
wasn't.
150 feet,
I
we
just
got
remember the
3 legs.
conversation at the swing where people were like, "Where's the rope?"
It was just internet
that was
connections
because-
were.
That was also because Vonkar was trying to figure out if he could successfully swing himself, a large version of
okay.
himself, and a mule across, which would mean he would need like enough rope for like 2,500 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
just making sure.
Yeah, Leek wild shapes into a giant seahorse, which you can maintain for 2 hours. So just bobbing there in the water. Actually, you'd have to be submerged. So a submerged giant seahorse.
All right. Let's get into the boat and get started. Antyr's going to gonna create the starlights and have them go underwater and essentially be a trail of like like a runway.
Okay.
Nice.
What kind?
Blinking
How much?
lights.
How much light do they give off?
It's dim light in a
Okay.
10-foot radius.
So you got so wherever each one is, there's like a 30-foot view underwater now,
Oh, good. Okay.
and it's like if you're swimming in like really deep water, you can't really see past your legs. It's kind of like that. It's just deep, 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 deep.
Yeah, and as long as I can move them up to
Yeah.
60 feet, so that would be good. That'll work then. So kind of
Yeah.
Antyr will. That's what Antyr will do during the trip is concentrating on Starlight to ensure that Leek is going oh, that works. It'll be 2 on each side, and kind of like if Leek starts to gravitate, they'll kind of shift around. Yeah, to ensure
Okay.
that we're going to the right direction.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, Leek is just in the water waiting to be tied up and turned into a beast of burden.
I'm not good with rope, so that's on you.
Oh yeah, Vonkar and I got this.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's not too tight, is it, Leek?
Can't talk. They're in their wild shape.
Just yes or no. It's a yes or no question. You're gonna know.
They're
Oh,
a
shit,
seahorse.
I don't think you can understand in.
No, you do understand when you're in wild
Yeah,
shape.
you just can't
In wild
respond.
can't
But
speak.
they're also
just-
underwater, right?
Yeah,
So
underwater.
Grin would have to.
Because the seahorse can't
Talking
put their head above
underwater.
water. Yeah. So just underwater.
I'll just message them. Leek, are you comfortable? Is the rope okay?
They shift underwater.
Thumbs up. They seem fine.
All right, not too tight.
You can spend a few minutes tying up the ropes around this seahorse.
Do we need to get that funky out and make sure that we can water breathe, or are we just gonna hold that off until we actually dive down?
Oh wait, it doesn't last.
We also have the potions of water breathing just in case.
Yeah, just in
the-
case.
The funky, it lasts for 24 hours,
Oh, it does. You're right.
but the potions only last for 1
hour.
hour.
Right. Okay. So we'll just do the funky now while we're traveling. Sure.
The funky does have a limit compared to the spell, though. Like the spell,
only 8.
I believe, is 10
10
creatures.
creatures.
The funky,
The funky
is
can only
8.
do 8.
Yeah.
And there's pain that comes
there's
from
pain,
the growth. When the funky creates gills and it hurts. It's called excruciating manner you grow gills.
Oh. Oh, that wasn't mentioned.
It was when
Oh.
Antyr identified
It was, yeah, and identified. Antyr did mention that during the identify spell. Yes.
Oh,
He
so
probably-
we still don't know.
Antyr probably
mentioned
breathed-
like, and it'll probably
Yeah,
happen.
Antyr probably was like, "Oh, look, water breathing for up to 8 creatures, and it will hurt really bad." And, and also, I can
Sorry, what was
summon- I sneeze. Fine
Oh.
print. I read in fine print.
Did you use the funky then?
Message to
Bless you.
Leek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, message to Leek. There's going to be a momentary bit of pain. I'm casting the water breathing spell through the funky.
Okay.
Do not be alarmed. You'll be okay.
Shifts
and
again.
then Antyr will, as an action, cast through the funky. We'll present it.
Just this gross-looking
Yeah,
howler monkey mermaid.
in the center of the boat.
It's just horrific to look at, and it stinks. You know.
The funky, we wish to have your powers to breathe underwater work.
Okay. You all feel excruciating pain in your neck, like where your glands are, as gills just like start to like the skin splits and forms into gills.
Oh.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Nadia! Nadia! I am dying! What
Ooh.
is it? What is happening? We are under attack!
Justin.
Can we still breathe?
Yeah,
air?
that's what
Fun
I was about
fact.
to ask. Justin,
Not
interesting.
at all.
Okay.
Oh,
You have gills. You can't breathe air.
Oh, so that's the advantage of the potions, that we found the
Yeah.
thing the potions do. The
Cursed
potions
items.
let you breathe
Cursed
both.
items don't fully reveal their effects with identify. So actually,
yeah.
Vonkar, yeah, you're fine. You have gills, but you can breathe the air.
Ooh,
Everybody
that's
else,
right.
everybody else is like.
Andrew's gonna jump
Vonkar's just like,
overboard.
oh, that was uncomfortable. Are you okay? What's
We're all
what's going on?
flopping in the
you're-
boat trying to breathe.
Oh, that's what's happening?
Torger's
What's
jumped
happening?
in at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Antyr's
All right, yeah, we're getting in. Okay.
No, you see Grin just kind of like flapping, like.
I'm gonna
And then
try to
just-
struggle and
Leek
I'm
just
gonna
like
try to grab Grin and then dive in, but keep my arm like on the boat
Leek-
so we don't fall behind.
Leek just looks
Cool.
back, tied up to this rowboat as a giant seahorse.
Yeah, Grin's gonna chop that.
Okay.
Like, make sure that he's cut free.
Doe's, as you cut all the ropes, Doe's just gonna grab onto one of the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swim over to the rope, grab on while also keeping a hand on Grin. Or no, you're free now. You can. Because you cut the ropes. Never mind. A lot of things happened at once.
See, Vonkar, you see,
Yeah.
Vonkar, you just see everybody jump into the water now, seemingly struggling to breathe, as their gills
The rope
formed, and
goes
now
slack.
they're all grabbing. You see the ropes get cut, and now they're all grabbing on the ropes
Man.
underwater.
Man, we have to be really tight together if we've only got like 10 feet of vision.
No, we have more feet because of the.
You got
starlight
30
zone.
feet now because of the
Okay,
lights that are
okay,
up.
okay.
The night
No, but
scope.
I mean, if that was the case, then like dark vision would cover it though too, right?
It creates
think
dim
so.
light.
Is there
It
a difference
creates,
between
like,
because like
points that we
fog
can
lights?
see.
Like fog lights will penetrate through fog
Right,
and illuminate
yeah.
stuff too.
Yeah.
So like the lights can still light up stuff from, especially if they're like in the murk around us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to have it right in front of your face. You want to have them positioned
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
kind of a little bit out of your field of view, so you're not like bouncing the
Cool.
light off.
Yeah,
so-
because otherwise you'll blind yourself.
Yeah.
From
So does everybody
Cool.
like grab onto the ropes that are now tied to Leek? What's Vonkar doing up on the
Yeah.
boat? Everyone just kind of.
Yeah, Vonkar is gonna just be like, all right, I guess I'm coming in. I'm just
Do
gonna
you, take,
jump
do
in.
you take your armor off before you go into the water?
Does it have an effect on swimming?
Generally not, but I think it makes sense for heavy armor to cause issues in water.
Well, so here's the thing about that I'm thinking is that it would cause. I can see it would cause issues in water, but I can also breathe underwater. So like, it's not like I'm worrying
Right.
about
True.
like drowning or anything.
you just
so
you
I
just sink
think-
like a stone.
Yeah, and I think we're going down anyway.
yeah,
So
we're going down, guys.
sure plunk,
Okay.
and then just gonna. Bye, everybody.
You're gonna just descend the 1,300 feet.
I mean, he'll grab onto one of the
Okay.
the rope for a bit so he can ballast himself a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leek is just gonna start swimming down then, just at 40 feet, dashing 80 feet down, down, down. And as you descend down into the darkness, that's where we're gonna go to break.
Woo.
We'll be back here in 10 minutes for the depths in the dive into the Marrowdeeps after using the funky and realizing
Ow.
it cursed, technically. But yeah, and Vonkar was fine. So yeah, see you all back here in 10 minutes.
Woo.
everybody. So yeah, you're all tied up to, holding onto ropes, tied to a giant seahorse. Leek giant seahorse as you swim down, down, down. As you get deeper...
By the river?
No. The water is... It's by a lake. The water is icy cold. And as you descend, it feels like hundreds of icy knives are stabbing into you from the cold alone. Warmth never comes like it would when you get used to being in cooler water. Instead, it brings about a numbness to your extremities first. Just out of curiosity, what's everybody's constitution scores? Not the modifier.
Oh, 14.
14.
Okay, so you two can last in cold water for 14 minutes before you have to make con saves.
18.
18 minutes. Antyr.
16.
16 minutes. Doe is at 15 minutes. Leek is at 15 minutes. Wait. Doe is at 17 minutes. Leek is at 15 minutes. But technically, we'll say the seahorse is fine for the time being. Well, they're not naturally acclimated to cold water.
Cold?
Not frigid water cold, like this is. So yeah, Leek's got... what's Torger's constitution score?
Torger's con score is 2. Sorry, total score is 14.
14, so 14 minutes for you in cold water. The seahorse is at 11 minutes. Okay. That's fine. So yeah, you're also swimming down. The water's getting pretty chilly. Bringing about like a numbness to your fingers and toes first.
We can breathe underwater. Can we speak underwater?
I'd say with water breathing, you can speak underwater. Yeah.
Okay.
It just sounds like you're talking underwater, but words are. It's not. It just sounds like.
Hey guys, do any of you have any way to like warm the area up? I mean, I could try just peeing, but that probably
Do not pee around us right now.
Yeah.
Grin.
Water breathing, yeah.
You should have said that 2 minutes ago, Antyr. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we were moving then. We are slowing.
Can I
everyone's
attempt to cast Green Flame Blade to see if that'll add any heat? Because it's magic fire.
Not enough heat to warm the water up.
Okay. I'll dismiss it.
Heat metal.
I mean, if you want to burn yourself while you're swimming down.
Well, we could like attach a
But
rope to something.
Magic, like you're not gonna be able to produce enough heat with these like minor spells to warm the entirety of this area of water.
Heat metal's a second level spell.
I understand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You guys are
We need like a fireball at
still
least.
early campaign.
Is a cubic foot a lot?
No,
No.
Doesn't
Well,
feel like it is.
it's a foot on each side of a cube.
It's about the size of Grin.
But the water
Squished up into a cube.
the water is so dark the water is so dark, but with Antyr's lights you can see
How
about
dark
30
is
feet of vision through the murky darkness. Anything beyond is heavily obscured. Anything in the light radius is technically lightly obscured because of the murk still. But yeah, you just keep swimming down. The Leek is dashing, so you're going 80 feet every 6 seconds. Just down.
Alright,
Hold
well,
on.
hopefully we find those, where are they? The little frond seaweed things. Hopefully we
Vortides.
find some of them, yeah. Hopefully we find some of them, and, I mean, fingers crossed we get that sword.
It's not. Is it in this one?
We don't know.
Oh, that's right. We don't know.
After about 4 minutes of swimming down, you can see a dark green glow further down, breaking through some of the dark murk. As you get deeper, you can see long strands of aquatic fern rising upwards. Each stalk is easily a couple 100 feet tall, with long, waving serpentine fronds. The bottom of the lake still isn't in sight, yet the glowing gets more prominent. The deeper Leek is just 80 feet every 6 seconds as a... Hope nobody gets... Oh, you're fine. The glowing gets more prominent the deeper you descend. Ensnared through these large stalks and the fronds are various corpses of humanoids, merfolk, Mara, which are more evil-looking mermaid people, and other aquatic life that are seemingly being digested by whatever these aquatic plants are, like ensnared and restrained in the fronds and being like slowly liquefied.
All right. Well,
So we
those
just pick
are...
a section and start.
And Leek will stop descending, but you're at about 4 minutes before. At 4 minutes, and you guys are like in the teens for con scores roughly. So you got a few minutes before con saves start to be being made for exhaustion for coldness.
We should probably start trying to harvest some of this stuff. I mean, since we're right in the midst of it.
I will say, as you all stop, and kind of at a place, you can see some of the fronds that aren't digesting anything, kind of start like moving more frequently, and like they're looking at people.
Do they seem to be going with like any currents,
Nope.
or are they like, or is it like if we test it, if we like tread water and then like push an extra amount of water in a direction, do we get the sense that that thing picks up on it and then moves in that direction?
No, it does not follow the currents. It follows like when people are moving around.
That's what I was saying. Like
Oh.
if a person is treading water and goes
Can it
like
feel if we're disturbing
and
the
does
flow?
like pushes water across, does it move in on that direction?
No, as long as people are remaining still, the fronds aren't moving. But as soon as someone like starts to move a little bit, they follow the person's movement, not the flow of water or the currents of the water. So like, say somebody like swims a little bit to the side, it'll follow the person, and as soon as they stop, it stops. They're not following movement in the water, like the movement of the water. They're following the movement of the people.
Okay. So it's more directional and not like maintaining your spot in the water.
Correct.
Okay. So
It's like they can sense living things in the water.
so we get kind of the sense that if we don't move, it'll stop going in our direction.
If you
Not
don't move,
entirely
we can't
sure.
see you.
It's like it's a T-Rex rules, guys.
Well, as soon as you stopped, they all went. Like when you were coming down, they were moving, and then as soon as you stopped, they stopped. Like they're aware that you're here,
T-Rex rules.
which also isn't scientifically accurate. Because what kind of predator would have vision based on that? Regardless,
Well, it's a predator, right? It's like,
But it's also-
you got a bunch of. I
it's
know.
also been disproven. But like, so
I
yeah,
know, I
there's the fronds that are just currently. Each frond, there's like 7 fronds that have currently stopped for 7 figures. Each one's about 30 feet long. The fronds are 30 feet long.
Alright, so who wants to be distractions and baits while I go and cut fronds off?
I can probably be a fairly decent distraction.
Alright,
distract?
I am the knight. Then I'd like to try and.
Also, Torger, the entire time you're... Oh, no, never mind. You wouldn't be regaining temporary hit point. You wouldn't be getting temp hit HP because the lights that Antyr has. Never mind.
Well, actually, that may dovetail nicely into what I was about to describe. I'd like to slink away and double back and go around
Okay, cool.
a long way to get behind the plants. 'Cause
Sure.
I know that.
So, like, you're going out of the light
what's
radius
his
and
face?
into the
Well,
murk?
yeah. Didn't the one of the guys describe like, oh, hey, a thing is one person. It's usually a 2-man job.
Yeah.
while
One person
distracts, the other
distracting
person-
because tries to, like, get in, but yeah.
Yeah. So while I'm in the deep murk, I was
Okay,
thinking.
so Torger completely
that-
disappears for everybody then. Just
Right. I think that'd be a pretty good time to go ahead and.
You also get temporary HP as soon as you go into the dark murk.
That is what I'm saying.
Oh, before you swim away, can we pass off a sending stone to you? So that you have a sending stone to
No.
communicate with us if we can't see you? No. No, you don't want it? Alright.
Okay, so Torger just
Okay.
swims off into the murk and disappears. Like,
It doesn't want it.
in my mind, that's
I
really...
would have been like, why?
You disappear into this dark murk, just gone.
when Torger disappears, Antyr is going to cast Ephemeral Vitality at 3rd level.
Sure.
What's that mean?
That is false life. So I get 18 temporary hit points because I rolled max.
Nice.
Oh!
Antyr, as you cast that spell,
Mm-hmm.
strangely the water feels a little warmer to you.
Grin, did you pee in the water?
I mean, yeah.
So now you're all
I
breathing
felt
Grin's
it.
piss.
He hasn't stopped
Antyr's like
peeing.
craning their neck to like swim up a little bit.
This Leek is just hanging out as
Have you
the.
not?
I'll say
It's so
I'll
cold.
say this conversation and the swimming and planning 2 minutes. So you got 6 minutes total so far. So Torger, you disappear into the murk. Hopper, you're choosing to be the distraction.
Yeah.
You get a sense you have to get
I'm-
within the reach of the
Mhm.
plant to do so.
How close are we to the bottom? We're like right at the bottom.
No, you're nowhere near the bottom. You can't see the bottom.
Oh no, we can just see the plants.
And a green glow emanating from deep, deep, deep down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you got like
Yeah.
Antyr's lights, and then you got like this large radius of green glowing light in the murk, but like deep, deep, deep down.
Okay.
I suppose
But
the
we
question
still can't
is,
see like the bed, bed.
No.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast a green flame blade so that I have something the plants can like follow
Sure.
and track. And
And
then just
that
kind of
will-
swim back and forth in front of them,
Okay.
just within range.
As you do, one of the fronds is gonna lash out at you because you're technically distracting it. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Oh no. 6.
6. And just so you guys know, for underwater combat, when making a melee weapon attack, a creature that doesn't have a swimming speed, either natural or granted by Mim, has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. A ranged weapon attack automatically misses a target beyond the weapon's normal range. Even against a target within normal range, the attack roll has disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow net or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin. So, that fails. And this still counts. It'll still count as a distraction, though.
Yeah.
As the frond
Is this
slaps out at
actively
you,
engaging with me and not
as the
Torger?
frond slaps out at you, ensnares you, and then
Yep.
restrains you and wraps you up and pulls you right up against the stalk.
Oh shit.
You take.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you don't take. Yeah, you take 6 necrotic damage,
Ow.
and you're
my
pulled up
God.
to the stalk. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm proficient in those.
That's good.
Okay, that's a 17 plus 5.
17.
good,
23.
you're a good distraction.
Your hit point maximum is not reduced. So you're just pulled up and slowly being digested. So Torger, you can see the frond from where you are, because you got the dark vision, so you can sort of. Yeah, with the combination of the light and how dark vision's working right now.
And then I see the green blade.
Yeah, you can see the.
Yeah.
And then you see the green blade. Based on how the murk is, you see the green blade just go like this, really fast, and you get a sense that it is distracted. Okay, this will be a stealth check with advantage.
Oh yeah.
Everyone is kind of just floating nowhere near the plants.
Hopper is just shouting Sylvan
Okay.
obscenities.
I wonder if a natural 20 works.
Oh yeah, you get right up on there. So you get right up to the plant. It's currently distracted by trying to digest Hopper. You can see more fronds are like inching their way towards Hopper. Yeah, you get up there. What do you want to do with your action then?
I have my short sword in my mouth,
Okay.
Nice.
So you got
and I go to like swim past because like, still a really good distraction. I should probably help Hopper. So I
okay. So you're gonna cut the fronds that are
cut the main stock, like the up the stock to, not necessarily untie Hopper just yet,
okay.
but cut them free of the main.
Okay.
The goal is to cut the
Cut
bundle
me free at the base.
Yeah. Okay.
The bundle free so that they may still be wrapped up in it, but the bundle is free so it'll stop
Okay.
like absorbing something.
All right. Yep. And then Fontaine said he wants 10 pounds worth of the fronds. which are the things that are digesting people. All right, give me an attack roll, and because you got a swimming speed right now, or no, you don't. And because it's a short sword, it is just a straight roll.
Right on.
Because it's technically a creature, so you don't get advantage on stealth.
That's a flirty 20.
Oh, that hits. Yeah, you cut into the fronds that are sort of wrapping up Hopper. Roll me some damage.
How does 6 do?
6. You don't fully cut the frond off, but you.
Okay. Then I am actually going to. I'm gonna take a second attack. Then.
Go for it. It's like you're hacking away at it underwater, so there's like resistance in the water.
There's a 13 taste.
13 hits.
Okay.
Hopper, you can see like Torger, barely see Torger, just like sneakily
I think with
cutting
this nat
at
20
the.
stealth check, I'm like facing the wrong direction
Sure.
to see him.
You feel something moving through the water though, like with like quick movements.
I can feel the chops
Yeah.
through the leaf.
Yeah. And roll me some damage again.
That is 9 damage.
9 damage.
It's a total of 15.
So Hopper, you feel the fronds kind of cut away a little bit, and you're no longer restrained. You can gather up the fronds toward her just as they get cut free, and roll me.
I was gonna let Hop take care of.
Oh yeah,
that
Hopper.
one
If you
while
want
still
to,
looking around.
Hopper, if you want to gather the fronds then that are cut free,
Oh,
roll
yeah.
me a D8, and we'll see how many pounds worth you can grab on just like one quick grab.
5.
5 pounds worth of fronds, half of what you need.
Hey,
So just-
hey, Antyr, you see what they're doing there?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be bait?
Sure.
I'll cut you
Wait,
loose.
no, Vonkar volunteered.
I will be bait. It's fine. It's fine. I'm also ready for.
Come on,
another
Antyr, I
round
know you
whenever.
want to be bait.
With your
I
big
don't.
old armor on underwater.
Mm-hmm. Just walk along the bottom like a Jaeger.
You're nowhere near the bottom.
Oh, we're
I think
floating.
we're still.
Yeah, the
I think we're
bottom
still
is.
a couple hundred feet from the bottom.
Maintain.
Yeah, the bottom was 1,300 feet total, and you've only been going for 4 minutes.
Oh, so
and-
these
This
are
is
like.
like Loch Ness.
Yeah, these I said
Yeah.
these I said these things are hundreds of feet tall, and you're near.
Gosh,
you've
yeah,
just
sorry,
you've
yeah.
just come upon
Yeah.
them. Yeah, so if you like.
Okay, so yeah, just float over to one. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely treading
We can
water.
And I will say this: when Vonkar gets close enough and it reacts,
Yeah.
Antyr wants to shoot Hoarfrost beam at the.
This Hoarfrost
The
beam.
base.
This Hoarfrost beam specified needs to be a creature.
That's a good question. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not creatures.
that's true.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay,
Vonkar,
Antyr's just take it out.
Vonkar, you start to drift forward. Dexterity saving throw as one of the fronds snaps out at you.
Historically great at those. 18.
18. You somehow
Twisted in the water.
the frond just comes slapping at you, misses, and it starts like reeling back towards the main plant slowly.
Can I?
That's
can
when I
grab
do
it?
my. Oh.
I thought Antyr was what? I'm confused with what's going on here.
Oh no, Antyr was just like hands off on this whole
Okay,
thing. Grin was
so
the
Grin,
one that wanted to
Stealth
join in.
stealth check to see if you can get towards the plant without it reacting to you, with advantage
Yeah, right.
because Vonkar distracted it.
Oh, with advantage.
'Cause Vonkar distracted it.
23 on the first roll.
Okay.
Yeah, 23.
Okay. So you get up to it as it's reeling in from attacking Vonkar. Make an attack.
All right.
And this is a long
Do
sword,
I get
correct?
advantage?
Nope, it's a
Yes.
long sword, so it's disadvantage.
Okay, but because I'm stealthed
It's
around
not
it.
it's not a creature. It's an
Oh,
object.
okay.
You don't get stealth on object. Like
Okay.
you don't. Yeah, it's just so it's disadvantage because you're using a long sword.
What is that? 13.
13 hits.
Excellent. That's a D10, and it's
So
because
you're
it's
using it.
not a
So you're
creature.
using it two-handed then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because it's not a creature, it's crit.
Yep. So roll damage and crit it up.
Nice.
Crit it up, crit it up, crit it up.
17.
17. The frond is severed, and the fronds are floating in the water around Vonkar, who is closest to the actual source of the fronds. Vonkar, roll a d8, and we'll see how many pounds of fronds you grab. We need 5 to
Right.
get all 10.
All right, D8. 1.
You get
Oh no!
you quickly grab one. The others are still kind of like floating in the water a little bit.
Can Antyr use the mage's reach to
D8.
grab some?
Yeah, D8.
Okay.
That means you need 4 pounds to. You need 4 pounds, whatever your mage hand is.
8 pounds, but I could only carry 5, so just 5
Okay,
pounds.
so you grab.
Very, very Oregon Trail of
So
you.
you have.
Yeah.
So Antyr,
Toss
Vonkar,
these out.
Vonkar, like in your armor, it's a little hard to maneuver underwater. You grab the 1 pound of worth of fronds. Antyr, with your magus reach, you grab the other 4, and the fronds are all still very much a threat. But you have what you needed. You have what you need. 10 pounds total of these fronds.
So wait, we have Antyr grabbed 5. We got 5, so we have 1 extra pound.
Yeah.
Antyr's going to pocket some of the fronds for themselves.
Okay, so you can pocket 1 of your pound of fronds.
Yes.
Okay, cool. You got it.
So now we have officially 10 even pounds.
Also, Antyr, for you, the water is no longer cold, so you're no longer under the effects of frigid water because of when you cast your
Oh, shit.
your creepy vitality spell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Everybody else, you all just feel this like pull. Like you don't feel a pull, but you feel like a sense. This like very strong focus of power, deep down. Kind of similar to what you felt when you were in the spore jungle. The fungal, the sporist, what you called it.
The fungal jungle.
Very similar feeling of what.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hopper,
We
do you think we should keep heading down? I mean, you're the one with the vision. Does that colors kind of seem right for what we're looking for?
perhaps we gather what we need here, throw it into the boat, and then we, dry off. Try to get a little warmer, perhaps, and then go back down. Because the chill is starting to affect me, at least.
Attempt to cast attempt if you can cast magic, attempt it. Whenever I casted my spell, I'm fine.
What spell
I
was
didn't
it?
feel anything when I used a cantrip, right?
You didn't feel anything when you cast Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
Uh, There's ephemeral vitality, which is essentially it gives me a boost to my
Yeah.
to my life force. It's a necromantic spell, but I don't know if it's tied to that. Just a low level spell that you have, if you can cast it, would be probably a good idea.
All right.
I don't really have anything that would be able to help me like that. Oh, here's a possibility. Could I, I'm going to take out my smith's tools and create a new cannon.
Mm-hmm. Underwater.
A new Eldritch cannon. I'm going to do a flamethrower Eldritch cannon.
Okay.
And just have it constantly producing flames.
Nice.
Still not enough to produce
not-
no.
That's
Will
a
it
good
at least
idea.
heat up the immediate area?
Not enough to resist the frigidness of the water.
Just have it blow
Clever,
fire
though.
at you.
Also,
Clever, though.
fire isn't as potent underwater in the
Yeah.
rules.
Kate, though, clever.
It was
I appreciate it. I think that was pretty cool.
Vonkar, Torger,
tried.
can you cast spells at Bright? You can't, right? No. Come here.
Actually, Vonkar, my apologies. You're not affected by the cold either.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hopper,
I keep forgetting you're a weird
Torger.
one.
Yeah.
Hopper
We
and
all
Torger,
are
come
in
here.
some
I can try something for y'all. I don't know if it's the source of the spell or if there's a spell, the fact that the spell is on me. I'll try.
Mhm.
And Andrew's gonna cast Temporal Accelerant, which is Longstrider,
Mhm.
but second level, and touch Hopper and Torger.
Let me look at your spell list. You two both don't feel any warmer.
Oh, it is. Then it has to be. Fuck.
What happened? Did it work?
Are you warmer?
I don't feel much warmer.
Okay, so that eliminates that fact. So yes, I think it's based off the type of spell it is then.
Oh, actually, Hopper.
Type of spell.
Sorry, Hopper. When you got hit by the plant, you're also a little bit warmer.
I mean, I feel warmer than I was before, but that was before you cast the spell.
Okay. Antyr's going to what?
Can I take the frond and just kind of try to slide some of the goo onto Grin?
Yeah, sure. Grin, make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Here we go. 13.
Okay. You take 6 necrotic damage.
Ow!
But
Are
your
you okay?
but your con.
No.
What'd you get? A 13?
13.
That's exactly what you needed. Your hit point maximum is not reduced. But also, now the water for you feels warmer and comfortable and not frigid.
How does that feel?
I
Do you feel
feel.
bet-
I feel
like it
like
stings, but it's better.
Yeah, it's like when you get bit by a bug, but you're allergic to it, and so your whole body gets kind of warmer.
It does feel like that, yes. We are breaking out in hives, but it is beneficial.
Oh shit, dough, yeah. Yeah.
I'm a 19 intelligence, guys. I just slept.
Dough is still like
Slapper.
dough is still. You can see dough's still
Have a
cold.
face mask.
Giant seahorse Leek is cold, and Torger is cold.
Leek, would you guys like a mini, slightly painful spa day?
Leek just looks at you as a seahorse and rotates underwater.
In
I'm gonna-
an approving
I'm gonna
way or
rub
a
some-
negative
Looks
way?
looks somewhat approving.
I'm gonna rub the leaf on Leek's belly.
Okay. Oh. All right. Let me see what the con save for a giant seahorse is.
Antyr will offer the frond they
Plus
have
0.
to Torger. to
That's a
use.
4. So, I mean, hit point max of the seahorse is going to be reduced.
Oh, that's good.
For 7 necrotic damage to the seahorse form, and you can see the seahorse. If a giant seahorse could shiver, it is no longer doing so.
Here you go, Torger. Come here. And we'll pull out the fronds and
All right.
offer it to Torger to do.
Constitution saving throw, Torger.
If they
If you
choose
do it,
to.
yeah.
If you choose to accept the stinging
If you
plant,
choose to accept this mission.
I will.
Oh, looks like it's another natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, he's good at
So-
it.
So Torger, you take 4 necrotic damage.
I've become a fucking space heater.
You take 4 necrotic damage, but your hit point maximum is not reduced,
Nice.
and you're all now strangely having
So we have
acclimatized
6
to the water.
pounds.
Acclimatized, yes.
Antyr did not have
We
to get
have-
hurt, neither did Vonkar.
Vonkar?
So we'll have
We
to get
have-
more on our way back up.
We have 6 pounds. Garrett, currently.
We'll
We're
have
still,
more
we're
than
still at
10.
the same. We're at the same spot we were, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you haven't really gone deeper.
Is there any way I could just put the sword back in my mouth and then end over end work my way down one of the frond stalks, or is it just the ends that give you?
You would be making dex saves the entire way down.
Because they're trying to eat ya.
Yeah. It'd be all the way down. Leek is still a giant seahorse, though, with the rope still attached at 80 feet every 6
Swim
seconds.
a little further
down.
down, and we'll repeat
quick
this process if needed.
yeah, as expediently as we can.
Mhm.
Okay, so you all swim back to the ropes and grab on? Okay. Excellent. That's what I like to hear,
Really?
you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to use a spell slot
Through
to
the loud.
change my Eldritch Cannon to a Protector Cannon as opposed to a
Okay.
Flamethrower.
Does it have a swim speed?
I can carry it with me.
Okay, cool.
Is Vonkar having an okay time, like moving in the water?
You're
With the armor
struggling.
going
You're
up?
struggling. No one's. You guys are going back
Okay.
down. You're going down now
Oh, okay.
because
Oh, no,
it seems
just-
like the water got warmer now.
Gotcha, okay.
The armor's helping you go down.
Yes,
You
the
used-
armor's helping in this direction.
You were
Uh,
essentially using all of your move speed to just stay even
Yep.
with everybody
Yeah.
else.
Oh god.
As we descend, we all get 10 temporary hit points from my Protector Cannon.
Ooh,
Also,
well, thank you.
the damage that
What?
10 temporary hit points. You said.
10. It is a D8 plus my proficiency modifier.
Alrighty.
And I rolled a
Dude,
6.
that's so cool.
Oh, there's no way to add temporary hit points to. Oh yeah, there is right here. To wild shape.
It does take a spell slot to change
Correct,
it
Amundo.
after the first casting of the day. So
See, this
it will
is
probably not be changing again.
this is my
but,
favorite artificer
Still,
subclass.
that's really cool.
All
That's
right.
really nice.
So you start.
And that's a bonus action. I can re-up that temp HP.
Leek just starts. Leek just starts swimming down again real fast. A few more minutes of swimming goes, so another 4 minutes. I'd say with all the collection you'd be at 10, but everyone is acclimatized now, so it doesn't matter. A few more minutes of swimming down gives way to the source of the glowing light. At the bottom of this lake is a massive inverted ziggurat, wreathed in a dim green glow.
Inverted.
Yeah, so upside down. Beneath the ziggurat, at the inverted bottom, so technically the top, but the inverted bottom, is a brighter source of this green glow in the form of a pillar of light. You can see no visible entrances into the ziggurat from this distance.
When you say
Thanks.
inverted ziggurat, does that
Yeah, I was
mean
gonna.
like,
Yeah.
does that mean like, so here's the bottom of the
Bottom?
yeah,
Top.
and then there's like, and then like it goes down, like, you know how you see a mining operation in today times where it's just like cut out and it's like a square, how
Like
they
a
like
quarry.
yeah, a quarry, yeah,
No,
where they just like
it's like
how
imagine
is it
imagine like a pyramid almost, but the tip of the pyramid is touching the bottom of the lake, and the bottom of the pyramid is the base of the pyramid is up here.
So it is. So it's like it's a full ass pyramid
Yeah.
standing on its point.
Correct.
Whoa, okay, so there's like a bunch of water between the ground, so
It's-
like it's like
No,
it's like
it's
this,
also
right?
fully
But
submerged.
there's like a bunch of water like that.
No, it's also fully submerged. You don't see any visible entrances. Just a pillar of green light from the tip that is at the bottom. I feel like I'm explaining it relatively easily.
Yeah, it's like so it's like standing up on its point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
like Caleb just drew.
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so there is,
there's
like,
a lot of water. There's yeah. It would be like there's water underneath it. Like
yeah.
it's not like it's okay. Cool.
It's not hollow.
It's like it's its own house.
Yeah,
like sitting within the water.
yeah, but no visible entrances, and it's not fully touching the bottom. There's a pillar of green light going from the tip to the bottom of the lake.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Is it also coming up through the middle, or are we just
Nope.
seeing the glow from the
Just the glow from the
base-
bottom.
That point.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool. Thanks, Justin. The painting the word picture is so helpful. Thank you.
And that's what you see.
Is it? Shall we investigate the glow, or should we try to find another way in?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. You're the one with the vision, right? Does any of this seem like the right way to go?
I mean,
There wasn't really
seemed like-
there was no like discernible landmarks in the vision. It was just
Yeah.
sword.
but
lake.
like, it didn't look like the sword was inside of, like,
It-
carved stone, like you would imagine would be inside a ziggurat. It just looked like it was on a lake bed, or like
it was
in a.
at
a
the bottom
rough-hewn
of
stone?
it was at the bottom of some sort of body of water. No vegetation, nothing to discern where exactly.
I do not believe it would be inside of the cigarettes, but perhaps it might have fallen out. It used to reside here, perhaps.
But as you guys have gotten this close, that feeling of like powerful magic, like you felt in the Sporist, where the ley line convergence point was, you feel it here where the ziggurat is.
I mean, regardless, if it's not here, there might be something really helpful here anyway. So I think that it should be worth investigating because there might actually be something helpful here, even if it isn't the sword we're looking for.
I agree.
Doe will also
we came all this way, we may as well investigate.
Doe will also say, we also told Guardian Pashan that we'd investigate leyline convergences close to home.
Hey, there it is.
3 birds, 1 stone.
So do we
It's a lot
swim
of
to
birds.
do we swim to the green stuff down there?
That is my thought.
Oh, sorry. So the green light is radiating off the whole of the ziggurat, but the brightest point of the green light is a pillar of light where the tip touches the bottom, or the tip goes from the tip of the ziggurat to the bottom of the.
Yeah.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Just swimming down to
Isn't
the
the
tip.
tip the bottom?
So maybe we just gotta look around for like an opening, right? Or like tickle the right spot, if you know what I mean. It's right.
At this point, Leek just drops the fucking, because you're at the ziggurat. Leek's just gonna drop the wild shape, and say, "Oh, by the way, I think I got a way to fix the lung breathing gill problem. If we find like dry land, just in case.
All right.
I think I can touch the funky and cast dispel magic for the time being, and it'll neutralize the effects for the time being."
Oh, so we can breathe
no
it
longer
out.
needed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if we find somewhere where there's air, I can do that.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's it. Yeah.
That's what Mama.
know what?
I think that's based on Mama's lessons. I think that's what dispel magic does.
It
Yeah,
does.
that sounds
You're
good.
correct.
So you're like swimming towards the ziggurat to investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No visible entrances all along the exterior, but as you like kind of look around, the pillar of light is coming out of a square-shaped hole at the tip of the ziggurat. The entrance into the ziggurat.
Alright, do
is
we
it
have anything
possible
to-
to swim into it?
You're just swimming into it?
Like, is it big enough for us
Oh,
to swim
easily.
up into it?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like 15 feet by 15 feet wide.
Gotcha. Okay, sweet.
Alright, so we poke it with a long pole or something, right? Does anybody have anything? And see if it'll actually something organic to see if it'll actually disintegrate
have
us if we go in there or anything.
I have some rations. No, I put all my rations in the bag of
You
holding.
did. Doe will just take out like a piece of paper that they have, which instantly just turns to sludge. But it's a sludge ball, and they kind of just like throw it through the water, and it hits the light, and it just sinks to the bottom of it's a ball of water. It just kind of floats in the light, and then just eventually makes its way so waterlogged to the bottom of the. It looks like the light is harmless to objects. And at some point you can see a little fish swim through the light and nothing happens to it. Because there's still like fish down here and whatnot. But yeah, it just swims
Maybe-
through the...
Maybe it's
Like-
safe enough. That's a sign.
Yeah, I mean, we should check it out. Maybe there's something useful in there. This is very interesting. I'm curious where this actually came from. If this is like a cultural thing, or if this was like from the start of the, from the shadowing or something.
Dolby's
Interesting way to build it.
only one way to find out, and I mean, like, I'm sure this would interest Mr. Wordweave as well.
Anybody got any snapshots I can take? Alright.
Fortunately, that is not within my capabilities.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
we can draw what we see.
Yeah.
Good memory. So
Where the fuck is the giant?
Alright.
I deleted the giant
Well,
seahorse. Oops. Whatever.
Guys, I'm gonna go invisible, and then I'm gonna go inside and have a look, okay?
Good luck. Bon voyage.
Alright, here we go.
I hope you do not find any sea cats.
Me too.
Okay.
I think they're called catfish.
So you swim up. You swim up.
That's right.
Yeah. So Grin, you swim up through the hole in the ziggurat,
Yeah.
and it goes up about 5 feet, and opens up into a flooded chamber, and about 30 feet up is the surface of the water. So there is air above, but you can't really see much because the water is still, well, it's lit by the green light. But like looking up through the water, you see a room that is dimly lit by green light. You can't really get much without getting out of the water, and currently you guys can't breathe out of water.
Mm-hmm. Grin's gonna just go backwards, right back out, and be like,
I'm in the safe. It looks like there's a room inside. We should all just kind of go up in there and just check it out. I mean, it seems safe on the surface. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what's gonna happen once we get, but there's like an air pocket or something. So we should be careful.
Alright.
But
Antyr.
it's not immediately dangerous.
Alright, Antyr, I can dispel the funky now.
Okay, everybody ready for what we're about to get into? Okay, Antyr will present the funky.
Alright, what level's water breathing?
I think it's a third level spell.
It's gotta be a third. Yeah, it's a third because Leek had the option to take it, and I'm like, oh, I gave you guys a bunch of stuff to help with water breathing. That's gonna be pointless. Alright, yeah. Leek's gonna touch the funky and cast Dispel Magic on it. And everyone feels their gills go away. Now you're underwater, like holding breath.
swim up.
Actually, Leek is still breathing underwater because he's amphibious.
"Yeah."
Swimming to the.
Alright, guys,
following
up
the
we
others.
go! Leek talking underwater,
Nobody
swimming up.
responds.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Alright, so you all swim up, you break the surface. The room is dimly lit by flickering green flames in large oil basins, and a set of slick stone steps rest about 15 feet away as a means of exiting this pool of water. So the steps are somewhat submerged, and then you just use the steps to get out. The chamber is cold, and there is a dampness in the air, obviously. About 10 feet beyond the steps is a large 10-foot tall oval-shaped stone door that is slick with grime and mildew. The image of a skull has been carved into the door and coated with old dried blood. There's a carving etched into the door, but you can't see what the phrase is from this far away. But you're all breathing air, and you can see it's a small chamber with a door.
Grin gets out of the water and immediately moves his wings to get like the excess liquid off of him, so that he can move around a bit.
Yeah, Leek is just going to stay damp.
Yeah.
Antyr will get out the water as well.
Okay. So yeah, it's just the basins that are green flames, mildew and grime on almost every surface, and then this big circular shaped stone door, 10 foot by 10 foot, with the image of a skull carved into it, coated with what you can definitely tell is old dried blood, and then beneath the door, or beneath the carving, is a phrase in common that's been etched into the stone, but from where you're all standing you can't really read what it says.
Alright, that looks like a real freaky door.
Move around to see what it says.
He was the first and will be the last.
Well, that's pretty cryptic.
Thank you.
He was the first and will be the last.
Yep.
He was the first.
And this is the carving is where again? Sorry.
It's a big
Where
old,
is this?
it's a circular stone. You can tell it's a circular stone door, And it's the carving of a skull in the middle of the door, and it's covered in old dried blood.
And then the words are
Under the skull.
on the door.
Under the skull on the door. I'm also sending you something, Lex.
He was the first, he shall be the last.
He was the first and will be the last.
And
All right. Antyr's hand slides down and grips his spellbook. I think it'd be best if I did this. And the braces, ornate dagger, a quick slice of the hand, and Antyr's going to slide the blood across the door on the skull.
There's a loud hissing noise as the door opens slowly, kind of rolling into the wall. With a sharp hissing noise, as if air that has been trapped for ages is released. Just
covering the nose because it probably smells.
Smells much better than the room you're in.
Beautiful.
It's been sealed. Beyond the door is a long, narrow stone corridor. So yeah, beyond the door is it doesn't smell great, but it smells better. Beyond the door is a long narrow stone corridor bathed in darkness, with sleek walls that occasionally rivulets of water stream down and pool onto the floor in small puddles, and a creeping fog also clings closely to the floor.
There's as this happens, there's a moment where it looks like a radiant version, silvery version of Antyr kind of moves and steps as they cast Starlight.
Okay.
And the humanoid form that it can take when you combine them all together is going to kind of move in.
Okay. Down the corridor.
Looks like it's just drifting. Yeah, going to drift about halfway to at least shed light.
As you emit light into this corridor, the shadows in the corridor seem strangely gaunt, and you swear you can see them move, but most likely just a trick of the light now casting into the corridor. Like, there's a quick glance that look like they're gaunt shaped and moving, and then they kind of stop, and it's just normal shadows.
Hey, Antyr, see anything cool?
They're taking a bit of cloth to bind their hand that they just cut. This corridor has a ominous looking fog. And...
did Antyr step into the corridor?
No.
Just your starlight,
looking in,
like your dancing lights guy. Okay.
Yeah. And this place is. I'm going to assume this place is not good. Seeing as though when the lights were shifting, it appeared that the shadows were. They weren't dancing, they were stalking us.
Also, looking down the corridor, Antyr, the fog that clings to the floor, but doesn't, billow out into the chamber where you're all standing. It remains in the corridor, just clinging. About a foot. It's about a foot of fog that just clings to the floor.
So is that it's a bad that we can deal with, or a bad that you don't think we can deal with?
I'm honestly not sure. Antyr's going to take this little bag of sand that they have from their adventure gear and toss it forward.
You hear it hit the floor, and it'd be small enough that it kind of is concealed by the fog. Just like the top of the bag is sticking up through the fog.
I was more worried about it hearing the sound of it impacting.
Yeah, you hear a poof, there is solid floor where the fog is.
I think it's just meant to be a bit creepy and scary, so I think we can proceed forward.
All right.
Invisible moves forward.
Cool.
Boldly.
You feel a chill go down your spine as soon as you enter the corridor.
Invisibly, just sucks air through his teeth and just keeps moving forward.
Okay. Does everybody proceed? The corridor is about 5 feet wide, so it's single file. Unless you're small. No, it's
Grin's in
Antyr.
front.
Yeah.
Invisibly
Right
for
behind.
some of the others. Yeah. Andrew's
Okay,
gonna
so
wait
as you
for the
all,
others.
one by one, step into the corridor, you all feel that chill down your spine. Aside from Vonkar and Antyr.
I was about to ask.
We know why Antyr is semi-immune to the cold, but why is Vonkar? It's kind of sus.
He's an old man.
That's
Doesn't
out of
have any,
curiosity.
doesn't have any
old
feeling.
I mean, Grin's got some ideas.
Vonkar's
He's
always
been with
cold.
Vonkar for a bit.
Vonkar's
That's
always
my
cold.
trick. I'm always cold.
Yeah, you
I
just
mean, there's more ways to say that the guy's got a foot in the grave.
you all start walking down the corridor, and you can feel things occasionally brushing up against your feet. Not you, Grin, however. But everybody else feels occasionally what feel like cold fingers brushing up against your feet, but
I just
concealed
remembered.
by the fog that clings to the floor. Yes.
I just remember that Hopper's not wearing shoes.
Oh, yeah, you're feeling it like on your rabbit feet. So is Leek, by the
Yeah.
way. Leek's like, "Oh, that tickles," and Leek's laughing.
Just a quick
Oh,
question.
Doe's barefoot too.
Quick question, Justin.
Yes.
Have we seen anything as of yet that might indicate or ring out to us as being an altar,
No.
where we would present such a thing as
No.
we cleaved from this
No.
obelisk? Okay. Just
But
checking.
you're in a place called the Marrowdeeps.
Yeah.
But
I think we're in the right
no,
location.
no
It
altars.
seems like we're in like kind of the right spot.
No altars.
Narrow altar.
But anybody
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
down the corridor, you feel cold fingers. What feel like cold fingers kind of brushing up against your feet. Those of you who are barefoot, which is Hopper, Doe, Leek, feel them extra. But again, whatever's doing it, concealed by the fog that clings to the floor, which is about a foot of fog. So the smaller people are a little more. After about 15 or so seconds, you come to a T-junction with a path leading to the left and right. So the T-junction. You're coming up from the bottom. You got left and right to go. Hence T-junction.
Hopper, got any intuition here? Do you get like getting pulled one way or the other for the sword, or
Actually,
or
sorry.
is this potentially something else?
Hopper, the things brushing up against your feet don't feel like fingers, they feel furry.
Yours can be furry.
True. Furry fingers.
Hopper's fingers are furry.
Sorry, it wasn't feel like cold fingers. It just felt like the occasional like furry thing. But yeah, you come to a T-junction and Grin is, do you feel any intuition?
I mean, I feel more contact on my right foot than my left foot. So maybe they are turning right. I do not know. I'm not feeling the sword called to me in any shape.
I don't. Well, I mean, we could always split up, but I don't think that's a great idea.
I do not think it would be wise in this situation.
We need to figure out some way to like go right or left. Are you really getting anything? I'm staying up above that stuff because I don't like being in what I can't see.
As he's invisible.
I mean, wild question, Hopper. I'm gonna try to close my eyes and concentrate. Do I get
No.
any? No. Yeah, I figured. I think Hopper's going, for the sake of appeasing Grin, gonna pull an Inigo Montoya trying to find the tree.
Nice.
Just pull his sword out and just kind of.
Yeah, it's
And then turn
nothing. Left. Left it is. So yeah, Hopper just starts...
Start going.
So as they begin to
Oberon,
move,
guide my sword.
Sorry, Antyr, what's that?
as they begin to move left, Antyr's hand is on his book.
Okay.
Does anything?
Nope.
Yeah. Does
Nope.
it feel okay?
Nope.
Consistent. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
So you start going left, and as the corridor widens, it reveals a small chamber adorned with stone visages depicting a range of humanoids and humanoid-like beings. These intricately carved faces, etched into the walls, portray an array of anguished expressions. Within the room, a collection of weapons that have long surpassed their functioning days, and the remnants of armor set in states of disrepair are strewn about in a haphazard manner. And that is all that's in here, just a chamber, nothing else beyond. Anguished faces carved into the walls, a collection of long, useless weapons and armor scattered across the floor, all of it far beyond repair, even magical repair, just scattered across the floor in haphazard manner.
Are there any crates filled with rotten food?
Nope.
Okay.
Just weapons, various weapons and armor of like various makes, and some extremely ancient looking.
Yeah, are they scattered about?
Yeah, like
all
in
over the
a
floor?
haphazard manner, just strewn about.
And
Like
there's
so
no-
weapons and armor just all over the floor. It's like
Grim would like,
there's no like bare floor visible. It's just armor and weapons.
Grim would like to observe the armor and weapons and see if they have a like culminating style, or if there are a bunch of different styles.
Oh, numerous different styles.
Okay.
Like more modern looking that you might be more familiar with, and then some that are just like you can tell just based on how they look. They're just based on like the disrepair and the age on how some of the armor is. You can tell some of it is like extremely ancient.
Yeah.
Like
the difference between like an Ulf built like sword, like when like a natural one that they pull out and it's just like completely deteriorated to like one that's repurposed. Yeah.
And yeah, the faces are just covered in the walls, various humanoids and human-like beings, all with anguished, pained expressions. Like, the carvings are roughly the size of the walls, and the walls would be about 15 feet tall, and they're just covering the walls.
Well, this looks kind of dangerous. What are you guys getting from this?
Are there any visual like indications of like bones or
No bones whatsoever, just armor and weapons that completely cover the floor, no visible stonework. And then there's still like the little bit of mist that clings to the floor, the fog that still clings to the floor a little bit. So a lot of the armor and weapons are like piled up out of the fog.
maybe this is like a I don't know. Is there a dagger?
Yeah, of course.
Antyr's Magus Reach will go ahead and pluck that.
Okay.
At least one dagger.
Grin's gonna look up.
Okay, it's just a ceiling.
Great. He's gonna go all the way up to the ceiling.
Well, before you do,
Oh, okay.
as Antyr plucked that dagger and goes to put it away, 6 shadowy figures just rise up out of the mist, just completely. They look like people wearing the armors and implements you see scattered about, these adventurers that possibly may have died here. 6 of them rise up from the mist, manifesting as shadows, and they all race towards you all, and as they attack, that's what we're going to end the session for the week.
Ooh.
As you fight some shadows next week.
Oh, your favorite.
Hey, we still have 10 temporary hit points.
And they strength drain, so hopefully,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh, hot spaghetti.
But,
Oh no.
we'll pick up there next week with you all continuing your first dungeon delve of this campaign. So, yeah,
Oh, wow, it is, yeah.
into the ziggurat at the bottom of this nice little lake with necrotic plants and now shadows.